Maumelle, Pulaski Academy's Bruins are getting ready to take on the Maumelle Hornets. And, like I said earlier, it's a beautiful evening. We've got both bands in the stands, and everybody is ready for a good evening of football. Last week we had several good, great things to note. I was looking at some of the stats from last week, and Nolan Bratcher, it was funny, he completed 65% of his passes for he has year. As Bratcher has, obviously he comes in the second string, but he is a very efficient quarterback at 72%. He's thrown for 292 yards. So I think we see him a little bit more.
Yeah, well, and it's a nice safety net to have in case something does happen to Bratcher, to know that you're going to be in good hands if he gets injured or whatever, forbid.
Right. Well, we have lots of other ones. You mentioned J.D. White earlier, and that
was
28 yards for the year. That's 428 receiving yards for Hudson Henry. The one, of course, I want to mention is
ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your headgear for tonight's
Shinkawa equation. Fuda Shinkawa. The Shinkawa equation, if you missed it last week, includes it's speed over size equals win.
Yes.
So you factor in Fuda Shinkawa, and you've got a winning game there. Last week he led the team in tackles. He tied for leading the team with tackles. So let's go ahead and take a quick break while they're playing the national anthem. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer.
Number 10, Darius Thompson. Number 3, Evan Robinson. And number 55, Mason Andrews. The Bruins have won the toss, elect to receive.
Excuse me, we're not at Pulaski Academy. We're at Maumelle. Maumelle Hornets are hosting the Bruins this evening. They've just had the coin toss. The toin toss. That's it. Down on the 50-yard line, and the Bruins will be receiving this one to start the game tonight.
Well, and this is the first time that the two teams have played each other since Maumelle came into existence in 2011. Previously, it was Oak Grove was in the area. I think they just all kind of migrated over here when everything was built up. A little bit about Maumelle High School, the football team. They are averaging almost 40 points a game this year. So we know they're capable of putting points on the board. The one player that I'm interested to see, and I wasn't sure how he was going to play into this game because is Evan Robinson for the Maumelle Hornets. And for the first 4 games of the season, number 5 for the Hornets, Tyler Maxwell, was playing quarterback. And I'm not sure if he got injured or what the case was, but Evan Robinson stepped in last week and had a pretty good effort in a losing game. He passed the ball 6 times and completed 4 of those one of them for a touchdown. But his big thing is those legs. He's big on running. He had 125 yards rushing last week against their opponent. And when he's not running or passing, you can look for Maumelle to also throw the ball to him. He's averaging 12.8 yards per catch and has 4 touchdowns receiving, as well as 4 touchdowns running for a total of 9 all-purpose touchdowns this year. So he's definitely the one we want to keep our eyes on and see what he does on the field tonight.
It will be interesting to see. You know, we've noticed lots of different advancements from Pulaski Academy's players. We've seen them get better and better through the week. You know, one of the ones that I wanted to mention is Dylan Allison. So far this year, he's, of course, the main one that a lot of times he'll be the one to return the kicks, and he is back there now to receive one of them. He's on the right side of the near side of the field, back at about the 15-yard line, ready to receive this one. But so far, he is averaging 17.3 yards per carry on kick returns. Yeah,
nice.
So that's an impressive stat to see. Of course, we don't see them return punts most of the time. They'll punt the ball, and then the Bruins will leave the field and let it just pick up the ball wherever it lies. So it looks like the Bruins will be receiving the ball. The Hornets will kick off from left to right. And as I said, you have Dylan Allison along with number 15, Zach White, at about the 15-yard line in Bruin territory, ready to receive this kick. It's going to be kicked up off the foot of number 20, Keaton McGay.
McGay, yes.
Keaton McGay. So now he's ready. He has it teed up, and the kick is up. The kick comes down at about the 18-yard line. Dylan Allison fields it. He runs to the right side of the field, and he's brought down just inside the 25-yard line. And that's where the Bruins will start their first offensive drive.
Well, and that was such a short kick that he did about the only thing you could do, which is try to run to the sideline and pick up as many yards as you can along the line there.
He was stopped by number 22 of the Hornets. That's Timothy T.J. Scarborough.
Well, and on offense, I'm looking for Hunter and Henry to really factor in tonight.
Hudson, yeah.
Or Hudson.
It'd be interesting if Hunter got out there. There's the pass from Braden Bratcher to Hudson Henry. He's running the ball up the right side of the field. He's got 3 Hornets on his back, but they finally bring him down at about the 45-yard line, still inside Bruin territory, but that's enough to move the chains. First down, Bruins.
I like to call him the human cheat code.
That's true. Hatcher. Oh, I'm really drawing back to last year. You're saying Hunter, all right. Well, we have Bratcher out there. He passes across to number 10. That's Andrew Cobb. He passes the ball up to number 4, Merritt Jones, and he's going to run it in for a touchdown. Wow, that was about a 40-yard pass. He received it at about the 15-yard line, drew it right into the end zone with no trouble at all. The Bruins strike with just over 30 seconds off the clock in this game.
Well, and that was a little bit of deception there. The initial pass was to the right. It was a lateral pass, and then it was Merritt Jones was just running a go route. I mean, he was just going straight out, and he was wide open because the defenders bid on the first pass. They're going for it on 2 here.
So here comes Bratcher. He's looking to pass. He's got all kinds of coverage on top of him, but he makes the pass. It's complete to Henry in the end zone. That 2-point conversion is good.
Unfortunately, it's going to come back because Henry went out of bounds. The referee's hat is thrown on the back of the end zone there, indicating that
He was ineligible.
Yes.
So that was actually Merritt Jones back there.
Oh.
Or Andrew Cobb, excuse me, number 10, Andrew Cobb. It's tonight the Bruins are wearing one of our favorite combination of uniforms. Oh. They're wearing white uniforms with shiny gold lettering.
I mean, very, very good looking if you're, working for the fashion angle there, but
it makes it difficult when you're way up high in the press box. You're trying to see who made the play. So excuse us if we get a couple of the numbers wrong this evening. We'll try not to. So it looks like after they assess the penalty, then the extra point attempt is still good. Looks like it was.
No, it is not good. The referee indicated.
It's no good? Okay, well, they still have 8 on the scoreboard.
Or did they decline it?
I think they declined it.
Interesting.
That's what it looked like from here. But they still have 8 on the scoreboard. We'll see if that gets changed, and I'll let you know. But in the meantime, Bruins are up 8-0. That last drive for the Bruins was a 2-play, 76-yard drive, which resulted in a 55-yard touchdown pass from Braden Bratcher to Merritt Jones. It took 28 seconds off the clock. So now we have the Bruins ready to kick this one back. Of course, number 8, who is Clay James, he's back to kick this one. He has the ball laying on the stitches at the 40-yard line. He's standing just about the 39 to kick it. There's the kick. It scoots across, a little worm burner. The Bruins got to it pretty quickly, but it looks like not quickly enough. So the Hornets are going to take possession of this ball right on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, the return man did a good job of just jumping on the ball. I mean, it was definitely one that could have gotten away with them with ease. So it was a well-kicked ball, but just didn't go the way they wanted it to this time. On defense, I'm looking for Grant Pino to step up here. He had 3 sacks last week.
For the Hornets, quarterback is number 5, Tyler Maxwell. And there he has the snap. He's going to hand it off immediately to number 10, Darius Thompson. He runs to the left side of the field and is stopped at the 40-yard line by number 8, Clay James.
Well, and it looks like we got a little assist from Jace Hartshee, number 11, who just didn't expect the move that the running back was going to make, and they kind of collided and bought the Bruins a little space to bring him down there.
So that is a first down for the Hornets. So now they have the ball on the Bruins' 39-yard line. There's the snap. He hands off immediately to number 10, Darius Thompson. He runs around the left side of the field. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, and he's forced out of bounds by number 15 of the Bruins. That's Zach White.
Zach White was lucky to get over there to him. He made a nice move. It was originally supposed to go around the right side, and he just
it looked like he read the defense pretty well.
I mean, it was a good. Yeah, I think it was an unplanned reverse, if you will, but he just found plenty of room on the left side.
So the Hornets are well inside the red zone now. They have the ball on the Bruins' 12-yard line. It's first down, 10 yards to go. Here's Maxwell in the shotgun. He has 2 receivers far left, 1 running back to his right. There's the snap, man in motion. Handoff immediately to Thompson. He runs right up the middle and is met by a den of Bruins.
At that time, they were just looking to go straight up the middle. They figured they'd gone right, then left, and figured, well, let's just probe the middle, see if there's anything working there. And the Bruins informed them that no, there was not.
Once again, it looks like we have Maxwell in the gun. He has 2 receivers to his, 1 receiver wide left, 1 receiver wide right. He has running back behind him. Handoff immediately goes, looks like number 8, Matthew Gatmaton. And there's a flag on the play.
Well, and the Bruins had 9 in the box there. They've decided you ran it 3 times in a row and picked up yardage on us. We're not going to let you do it again.
Let's see what this penalty is for. Here comes the head official. No, they're going to wave the flag. So they're going to wave that one off. No flag on the play. So that will be third down, I think. Isn't there? No, yeah, third down. I'm not sure I'm not sure how to read the
there isn't a yardage up there.
They don't have a yardage up there.
We got timeouts and down.
So we have third down and about 7 yards to go for the Hornets from their own 10-yard line. Here comes the snap. fake handoff. He's going to pass it. It's passed. It's complete to Evan Robinson, who makes his way up inside the 5. So that's not enough to move the chains, but they're inside the 5. That's enough of progress that they're ready to strike.
It looks like they are going to. Well, no, it's 4th down and inches. And they're going for it.
Looks like about 4th and about a yard and a half, according to the markers on the other side. So, again, number 10, Thompson in the gun. He has one receiver far on the left side, no other receivers present. Now we've got number 1, Zion Slade, running to serve as another receiver. There's the snap. Oh, that was interesting. He had number 5, actually, Tyler Maxwell, in the he was under center with Darius Thompson behind him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that time they actually, which is rare. That's the first time we've seen that from them. The quarterback starting out under center. I'm not sure if that's a usual ploy or if they're just.
They did make it look like it looked. They played it well. They made it look like Thompson was in the gun, but he wasn't. He was just kind of.
So now we're measuring to see if they got it.
They're going to bring the chains out. The ball appears to be right at about the 2-yard line, and that might be enough to give them the first down. Let's see. We've got Popeye Williams up there on the camera, up on the camera deck. And let's see. Yes, that's a first down. So the Hornets have the ball at about the 2-yard line in Bruin territory. 9:05 on the clock. Bruins winning this one 6-0. And they now have first and goal from the Bruins 2-yard line. Very impressive drive.
Yes.
Here's number 3, Evan Robinson in the quarterback position. No, flags coming from all over the place. Looks like movement on the offense.
Judging by the reaction of the Bruins, yes, it is. We got
false start. Wow, that is costly. They did so much work to get that first down. Now they're going to back them up to the 7.
Yep. So now we're looking at still first down. I mean, they do have 4 downs. They've shown they're going to go for it on 4th. So they still got 4 downs to do it.
Well, when you're that close to the end zone and you're that close to a first down, I mean, do you really have much choice?
No, especially not when you're playing the Bruins.
Right. So first down from the 7-yard line for the Hornets. There's the snap. He's going to carry it. Evan Robinson is going to keep it right up the middle and is stopped at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 2.
I mean, you got to stop him when you can. He's got the legs, and he's actually, I mean, judging from our perspective, he looks like a very large player for the, if he can move fast. That's a concerning factor.
Yeah, he was stopped that time by Chris Connell, number 7 of the Bruins. Very athletic young man and one to watch on the Bruins defense for certain.
Yes.
Tyler Maxwell back in the gun. He has 2 running backs on either side, 1 receiver to his right, 2 to his left. Handoff immediately goes to Darius Thompson. He runs up the middle and gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Hornets.
He just bulldozed his way in there. I mean, the Bruins could not get to the point of attack to stop him and get enough momentum to keep him out.
What a game this one's going to be already. Interesting to see. We look at Maumelle's record for the year. They're 3-2 on the year. Of course, the Bruins are 4-1. Their only loss this year coming from the game down in Louisiana, non-conference game down there. Now we have 17 to hold. It's up off of the foot of number 30. Excuse me, that was number 20. Keaton McGay. And that kick is good. So now the Hornets lead this one with 7:56 on the clock in the first quarter. Hornets leading 7-6 against the Bruins. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Maumelle High School, home of the Hornets. Maumelle leading this one with 7:56 left in the first quarter, 7-6 against the Bruins. What a game we have. Number 20, the kicker for the Hornets, Keaton McGay, out to kick this one back to the Bruins as it's sitting in a tee on the 40-yard line. Here comes the kick. It's up. It's going deep. Back to number 26 for the Bruins. That's Jalen Witcher. And he takes a knee at about the 22-yard line. And that's where the Bruins will start next.
It was more of an unintentional knee.
I think he kind of slipped there, yeah.
Once again, the ball wasn't kicked as far as they've seen the past few games, and so they just didn't really have a whole lot of room to try to get any more yardage. But at the same time, they're pretty much starting on the 20-yard line. Now the Bruins are actually trailing for the first time, I think, in 2.5 games. So we'll see how they respond here. I say trailing only by 1 point. But
sure. So here comes the Bruins. Here's Bratcher, has a man in motion. He's going to hand off immediately to Jaden Kelly. He runs around the far side of the field. And, oh, ball comes loose. The ball comes loose at about the 20, and it gets dropped on. It looks like number 10. I think that was, I'm not sure who.
I believe that was Cobb that jumped on
was
it.
that Andrew Cobb that jumped on that fumbled ball?
Yep.
No, it wasn't. It was Henry, I'm hearing. So Henry jumped on that fumbled ball. Good grief that he did, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Second down, there's the snap. Bratcher looking to pass down the right side of the field. It's complete to J.D. White, who runs out of bounds just outside the 30-yard line. That will bring the Bruins to a third down and about 3 yards, about 2 yards to go.
Well, and that was a rollout by Bratcher to the right side, to the weak side, and they're just not afraid to do that.
Here comes Bratcher again. He's looking to pass, looking down the left side of the field. It's complete to number 5, J.D. White again. He's brought down at the 40-yard line. He tried to get out of bounds with it looks like, but maybe he was just trying to get around the defender there. But he rolled him around by the knees and was able to come down. He was brought down by number 6, Brian Worsham.
Oh, and that was Cobb who actually kind of was drew the defender away and opened up that running room for the receiver, for his teammate there.
So now Bratcher is out on the field. He has one receiver to his left side, 3 to the far right. He has one running back behind him. That's Woods, Isarius Woods back there. He's looking to pass. He's trying to he's scrambling out of the pocket. He's got number 56 on his tail. He's going to throw the ball way out into the stands, and they'll try that one again. Wow, number 56 of the Hornets really pressured him that time. That's Jackson Chancellor. And, of course, he's going to come out for that one, but he deserves a pat on the helmet.
He does, the helmet that came off.
The helmet that came off. So he did have to come out for one play, get checked out real quick.
Looking at second down and 10 still.
There's the snap, and he fumbles the snap. Bratcher jumped on top of it immediately. I'm not sure what happened. The ball hit him right in the fingers, but I'm not sure that he was quite ready for it.
No, it did not appear that he did from the way he reacted. I mean, it still took him a half second to realize that the ball was not in his hands. And
so go ahead.
He was able to jump on it.
Sorry about that. Isarius Woods leaves, and in comes number 10, Andrew Cobb for him. There's the snap. Bratcher getting pressured again. He's going to get sacked right there at the 36-yard line. That'll bring up fourth down.
Whew. I mean, Bratcher, it's 2 plays in a row before the fumble that he was kind of just standing in the pocket, and he's just taking a little bit too long to find an open man. Uh-oh, and we have an injury on the field.
He was that last defense was by Bryson Duke of Maumelle. He's the one that gave him the sack. I tell you what, we do have an injury timeout. Let's take an injury timeout with them. It's brought to you by Bowen Heffley Orthopedic. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Thank you. Bruins ready to start this one up again. They have 4th down and about 15 yards to go. And, of course, as always, they're going for it. Here comes Bratcher in the gun. He has the snap. He's looking to the right side. There's going to pass. It was – I'm not sure who it was intended for. You had Merritt Jones jump up in the air. It sailed through his fingers. Then it hit who is that on the far side? Is that Henry? Or is that Merritt?
I believe that was Cobb.
That was Andrew Cobb.
Yeah, and I think he was thrown off by the receiver going up.
Right.
I think it maybe clipped his fingertips a bit, but
kind of made the ball go wonky. So I think that's the technical term.
Yeah, wonky.
Wonky.
Look it up, folks.
That's it. That's your encyclopedia term for the evening. Brought to you by the Hornets now take the possession of the ball. 1st down from the Bruins 31-yard line. Man in motion. Handoff goes to number 1. That's Zion Slade. He's made about a 2-yard gain. That'll be 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Looks like Jake Terry with the stop.
That's what they needed to see on that 1st down. I mean, the past few 1st downs, they've given up more yardage than they needed to, except on the goal line stand that they briefly had.
Tyler Maxwell in the gun. He has two receivers, excuse me. I was looking at the official on his left side. There's the handoff immediately to number 10, Darius Thompson. And he's met immediately
by number 7, Chris Connell.
Chris Connell. No, that's Grant Pino. Oh, Chris Connell and Grant Pino.
Yeah,
there we
Connell wrapped up his legs, so.
A little team effort there.
Yes.
That'll bring up 3rd down. They did gain 1 on the play. So that'll bring up 3rd down, about 7 yards to go. What did he just do? He just fell down.
Oh, no.
It looks like he has a cramp there. I tell you what, they're going to go ahead and call timeout on the field. So since we have an injury timeout, this one's brought to you by Bowen Heffley Orthopedics. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Maumelle, the Hornets leading this one over the Bruins 7-6, 4:12 on the clock here in the 1st quarter. Here comes the snap for the Hornets. 3rd down. They have about 7 yards to go. Looks like he was calling for a snap. The play clock's at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. He's going to call. There's the snap. It's Maxwell. He's going to pass far down the field. It's intended for number 1, Zion Slade. He threw that one into the end zone. Of course, Slade was only at the 2-yard line when it hit the ground, but if he was a little bit faster, he was definitely within striking distance.
Or if that ball was a little underthrown, yeah, either way, there was a man there for the Bruins, but he was not close enough to stop that ball if it had been thrown.
No,
right
he was about a yard behind him.
Mm-hmm.
So now they'll pick up 4th down, 7 yards to go, and they're going for it. They said, let's do this PA Bruin style. Here comes the snap. It's complete to that's number 5, Maxwell. It's Tyler. It's complete to number 7, or is that 11?
That is number 11 for
11.
The defense.
That's Jace Harchie.
Well, and it looked like a couple of Bruins might have had a shot at that, but it was just a well-placed ball there for the 1st down.
Drew Dame with the stop. And that's enough to move the chains. So 1st down for the Hornets. 3:42 left in the 1st quarter. The Hornets have the ball, 1st and 10 from the Bruins 20. Let's see, what is that? About the 22-yard line. Here comes the snap to Maxwell in the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 running backs on either side, 1 receiver to the far right. There's the snap. He's going to pass it on his left side to Evan Robinson with about 2-yard gain. So they'll have the ball at the Bruins 20-yard line. 2nd down, 8 yards to go.
Looked like about 3 different Bruins there to stop him. One thing that's interesting, the Bruins are actually running a 4-3 defense tonight. They normally play 3-4, but they're just putting 4 men up on the line tonight to account for all the running that the Hornets tend to do.
There's the snap to Maxwell. He's going to pass over the right side of the field, and it's complete. Let's see, who is that masked man? That was number 1, wasn't it? No, number 9? Number 1. Number 1, Zion Slade. It was number 9, Trent Sawyer, with the stop.
Unfortunately, it's a first down. Now they're looking at 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. That was an excellent catch by the receiver there. He had a man on top of him, Sawyer, and he did his darndest to try to break it up, but
he did indeed. Maxwell in the gun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Same formation as last time. He's going to pass again. This time it's complete to number 3, Evan Robinson. He gets hit immediately. Forward progression stopped right at the 10, so it'll be no change, no gain on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 10. That defensive player out there was Zach White.
Yeah, and he just kind of gave him a real hard shove almost. It wasn't so much as a tackle, it was just a containing push to the ground. Excellent play by him there.
1:55 on the clock and counting. Bruins 6, Hornets 7 in this exciting game so far. There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 10, Thompson. He runs around the right side of the field and makes his way up to the 5, up to the 4. He's still moving. That's a touchdown. Touchdown, Hornets. Wow. And they are fired up now.
Just like that last touchdown, he hit a Bruin and he kept going, and just the more they piled on, the harder he pushed. And unfortunately, he was able to get himself in the end zone. Much like the other one, bulldozer, as my son would say, bullsardo.
Bullsardo.
Bullsardoed his way in.
I like it. Mine used to say dadoots. Don't ask me. 1:35 on the clock. There's that point after attempt. It's up. It's good. So Maumelle's Hornets leading the Bruins 14-6 with 1:35 remaining in the first quarter. Let's take a quick break. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Bruins 6, Maumelle Hornets 14. A minute and a half remaining in the first quarter. Here comes the kickoff by Keaton McGay. And the kick is up. Deep to receive is number 15, Zach White, along with Dylan Allison. Zach White has the ball. He brings it up to the 35-yard line. Looks like he's stopped by number 30. That's Brandon Allen.
As shallow as those kicks have been, that's what you want to see. You want to see the Bruins starting the ball, ahead of their own 30-yard line. In this case, right at the 35-yard line. So, hopefully, whatever the yips that they've had with the bobbles and not being able to hold on to the ball, hopefully they've worked that out and have a good drive here.
So the Bruins have possession of the ball at their own 35-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Here comes Bratcher from the gun. He has twins on either side. Handoff goes to Jaden Kelly. He runs right up the middle. He's at the 45 and is stopped at about the 48-yard line. That's enough for a first down, Bruins.
That's definitely what they needed right there. Jaden Kelly just decided he'd had enough of this, and he was going to pick up the yardage that they needed.
You could see the attitude in that shoulder move too, couldn't you?
Just lowered it. And
they're going to hurry up and get back to the line. Here comes Bratcher in the gun. Twins on either side. There's the pass across to J.D. White. It's complete. He crosses the 50 at the 45, and he's tripped up and brought down at about the 42-yard line. That'll bring up second down and 1 yard to go for the Bruins.
Well, and they ran the exact same formation that they had the previous play. They just had a different look ready for the Hornets to deal with there.
Looks like they're going to try it again, this time with Isarius Woods in the backfield. Twins on either side. Bratcher in the gun. Here comes the snap. Handoff immediately to Woods. He runs straight up the middle, dodging defenders left and right. He got tripped up at the 35, and I think he fell over and made another gain for another 1.5 yards. That's a first down. Bruins.
I feel like Kelly's seen something here that he likes because
Woods in the backfield. Twins on either side. Here comes the snap. There it is. He's looking to pass. To the left side, complete to J.D. White. He makes it to the 30, and he's shoved out of bounds by number 12. That's Demetrius Williams. 20.21 seconds on the clock. I had to look up for a second there. Yeah, that says .21 on the clock.
Not 20.21, .21.
0.21 seconds. That's enough for a snap, and that's about it. Bratcher, he has 3 receivers right, 2 left. He's in the gun. Man in motion. He's looking to pass. There's this going to look around the right side. He's going to run around the right side. He's throwing it deep, deep ball into and out of the arms of J.D. White in the end zone. He was broken up by Brandon Allen. And wait, that mustn't be incorrect. That said 20-something a second ago. Now it says .12. I don't think we ran less than a second off that clock. It must be 12 seconds.
Yeah,
I
think you're
some
right.
issue with the scoreboard.
Not even Derek Fisher could have made a shot in that time period.
We do have an injury on the field. One of the Hornets is down at about the 35-yard line. It looks like he's getting some assistance. Let's go ahead and take a break since they have an injury timeout. This one's brought to you by Bowen Heffley Orthopedics. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Maumelle. Looks like the officials are keeping those injury timeouts to about 30 seconds as well. It makes for good radio.
Yeah.
Now the Bruins have the ball. 3rd down and about 5 yards to go. They have the ball on the Hornets' 29-yard line. The snap to Bratcher. He's going to run around the right side of the field. He's going to throw. It's up in the hands of Cumming, and he'll be tackled at just inside the 25. Let's see. That's enough to move the chains. First down for the Bruins.
Well, and that was his second option. He was looking a little deeper, but the man downfield was covered, and so Bratcher did a good job of finding the open man on the right side there.
It was K.J. Brewer with the stop. There's the snap. Bratcher going to pass to the right side. Let's see, who was that caught that ball? That was Woods. On the far side, he did get the reception, and that's the end of the first quarter. The Bruins 6. Maumelle Hornets leading this one at 14. We'll take a break. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Maumelle Maumelle Hornets 14, Bruins 6. We're getting ready to start the second quarter. One score in the state to note. Little Rock Christian 21, leading Fair nothing in the first quarter. No surprise there, but looking up toward Harrison, Valonia 0 at Harrison 24. There's the snap to Bratcher. He's going to throw it to the left side. It's complete to number 1, Mason Cobb. Looks like actually a loss or maybe no gain at all on the play.
He had some blockers over there. His fellow receivers, unfortunately, looked like Merritt Jones kind of missed his man there, and he had enough. The defender had enough time to get back there. And
that was Brian Worsham with the stop. Here comes the snap to Bratcher. He's looking to the right side this time. He's going to pass. It's complete to J.D. White. He's at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Bruins!
He was completely unaccounted for. I think he came from the far side of the field, and they just didn't have a man spying him. You know, usually
he snuck in there.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't a man within 10 yards of him when he got in the end zone.
Not at all. 11:27 off the clock. But of course, that's not accounting for the plays that led up to this one. Looks like they're going to stay out there and go for 2. Bratcher in the gun. He has 4 receivers left, 1 right. Going for the 2-point conversion. There's the snap. He's running to the left side. He's still running. He passes to number 5, J.D. White. Looks like he's the man for tonight, but the ball is tipped right out of his fingers. And so the Bruins will only pick up 6 on this one. And with 11:27 on the clock in the second quarter, the Maumelle Hornets leading 14-12. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Our score, Hornets 14, Bruins 12. That last drive for the Bruins was a 9-play, 65-yard drive that resulted in a 17-yard touchdown pass by Braden Bratcher to J.D. White. It took 2 minutes, 2 seconds off the clock, and that last number is what can tell you what kind of defense the Bruins are facing tonight with the Maumelle Hornets.
Yes, I mean, they clearly have done their homework.
They have. Savannah Goodwin out to kick for the Bruins, except now you have number 8, that's Clay James, running out to give her maybe some encouraging words. Maybe the coach saw something they wanted to change. Oh, Clay James is going to run over and kick it. No, that's not going to work. You had one of the special teams members kind of ran out in front of the kicker before the ball was kicked. Of course, that's illegal. So they're probably going to back it up and have him kick that one again.
Clearly, James should have talked to the rest of the teammates and not just Savannah and let them know what was going on there.
No, they looks like they're talking about it. They're going to decline that penalty. That penalty's declined. They're going to take the ball right where it came, which was at the 45.
We have some miscommunication with the referees here. One referee's over here pointing at the kicking tee, and another referee has the ball spotted at the...
That's just because I don't think anyone communicated to the Bruins. I'm not sure if anyone communicated to the Bruins that they declined the penalty. Let's see. False start against the Bruins, okay. So what are we going to do about that? Looks like they're going to kick it again. They're going to back it up and have them kick it. Interesting. So at one point, we actually saw several of the players. I don't know if any of the coaches said they declined it. Maybe that was the issue. The players tried to decline the penalty, but the coach didn't want to. So now you have Savannah Goodwin out to kick this one. Clay James is not on the field, or at least I don't see him in vicinity of the ball. So it looks like she will kick it this time. Yep. And the ball will, oh, and the Bruins recovered that one. They have it at the 45-yard line. They're going to wish they had not, or they're going to wish they had declined that penalty.
That was probably the best by
Mason Cobb with the He dropped on that ball quickly.
Excellent job by Savannah Goodwin there. I mean, it took about 3 hops before it got to that receiver, and it took the bounce right in front of the return man. That's exactly what you want.
I think it hit him on the shin. Kind of bounced off his leg.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever played baseball on the infield, but that's the kind of the bounce you hate to see.
Absolutely it is. So the Bruins have possession of the ball on their own 45-yard line, moving left to right in front of us. First down, 10 yards to go. Bratcher, there's the snap. He's looking to his left side. The pass is complete to Jaden Kelly at the 48-yard line. He's still on his feet and forced out of bounds at about the 43.
That was an excellent wheel route run by Kelly there. He started out right next to Bratcher, who appears to be going off the field, and now Bruffett's out there.
So Demetrius Williams of the Hornets with the stop. That was enough to move the chains. It's a first down for the Bruins. Yeah, it's possible, it was pointed out to us, it's possible you can't decline a kick penalty of that type. There's the snap, handoff to Merritt Jones, and he's brought down by the neck at the 48-yard line. I'm not sure how that was entirely legal, but that had to hurt.
It might have been a good wrap-up. It's hard to tell from this distance, but it was a vicious tackle regardless.
There was some emotion in it. We'll just leave it there.
Yeah. Well, and Nolan Bruffett was out there under center in the shotgun, if you will.
Yeah, you've got, I think that's number 10 out there behind. Yeah, that's Andrew. No, that's number 16. You're right. That's Nolan Bruffett. His pass was broken up on the far side of the field. It was intended for Jaden Kelly, and he took another hit on that far side. They're out for blood in this one.
Yeah, I mean they're not messing around. So
third down, about 12 yards to go for the Bruins. J.D. White coming in. He'll come to the near side of the field.
Looks like Bruffett staying out there in the shotgun with Kelly to his right.
3 receivers on the left side, 1 to the right. Here's the snap to Bruffett. Looking downfield to the left side. Pass is complete to Henry. And that will bring up third down, or is that fourth?
It's still fourth down, or it's fourth down now.
Fourth down and about 4 yards to go for the Bruins from the Hornets' 37-yard line.
Well, what's interesting is if they don't get it here, the ball's going to be right where it would have been had they've been able to take that penalty.
This whole drive will be for naught, but let's see. Here comes Bruffett. He's in the gun. Twins on either side. There's the snap. He looks to pass. He's got it. Got a man on the left side. That's J.D. White. He's at the 20, the 15, and he's pushed out of bounds by number 6, Brian Worsham. And that will easily move the chains. That's a first down for the Bruins. They'll place the ball at about the 13-yard line. It'll be first down, 10 yards for the Bruins.
That was an excellent job of Nolan Bruffett to recognize he needed to step up in the pocket. It looked like he almost was going to take off with it, but then he saw White on the left side.
That's Braden Bratcher out there again with the snap. Hands off to Kelly. He runs right up the middle and is stopped just outside the 5.
That was a little bit of a reverse there. It looked like they might be going to the right, and then Kelly cut back to the left, and then ultimately just went up the middle and picked up the positive yardage.
Second down, about 4 yards to go for the Bruins. Bratcher has the snap. Looking to the right side. He's going to throw it up in the air. It's into the hands of Woods. He's at the 5, pushed out of bounds at about the 2.5-yard line. He'll mark it at the 3.
Well, one thing that looks like the Bruins are doing now is they've sensed that the Hornets are sending a lot of people and they're moving the ball fast.
And now they finally signal that's a first down, and they were not. The Bruins got a little quick on that one. They snapped the ball before the referee had blown the whistle, so they're going to start that one again. They had the first down. The referee was waiting to see, and they did in fact have the first down. So he motioned for the chains to move, and before he could give the whistle, the Bruins had snapped the ball already. So they'll start this one again. And now there's a referee coming in, waving. Let's see what's going on here.
Downs are a bit of an optional thing when it comes to the Bruins on offense. They didn't really care that it was second down. They didn't care if they had the first down. They knew they saw the end zone and they wanted to go for it.
Now I think the official is talking to the line judge the near sideline judge came over and had some issues with the placement of the marker, it looks like. And now they're having, see, they've already picked up the markers on both ends, near the end zone and the far side, and now they're wanting to try it again. So they're saying, no, they do not have the first down, so this will be 3rd and inches. Doesn't matter. The Bruins go as soon as they say they can, and that's definitely a first down.
They ran the same play that they did before the referees decided to stop the play and make them do it over again.
That is quite a confusing set of events there.
Turn of events, yeah.
So it's first down. The Bruins have possession of the ball at the half-yard line of the Hornets. We'll say 1, sure. You can't put half on the scoreboard, can you? Bratcher in the shotgun, has Woods behind him. There's the snap. He's looking to the left side. He's got defenders all over him, and it's thrown complete to number 10, Andrew Cobb. Touchdown, Bruins.
Oh, and that was a little bit of a naked bootleg there. There wasn't anyone over there to help Bratcher, and he found his man regardless.
What a play. That was interesting. You know, between the chains moving, not moving, they decide it's a first down. They changed their mind. It's not a first down, and the Bruins go for it anyway. I love it.
Again, I think it's just kind of they don't really care. They're gonna go for it.
8:40 left in the second quarter. Here comes the snap to Bratcher for the extra point. He's looking to the right side of the field. The ball is up in the air. He's got a man out there. It's complete to number 4, Merritt Jones himself. He threw the ball into the left corner of the end zone. Merritt Jones was still underneath the goalpost. And while the ball kind of hung in the air, it was like it just kind of hung there. That was a Scottie Pippen kind of shot there. And Jones got over into the corner just in time. No defenders to get in his way. So now the Bruins have the 2-point conversion. 8:40 remaining in the second quarter. The Bruins will take the lead over the Hornets, 20-14. We'll keep it right here.
I think Jones was about on the end of Hornets, and he caught the ball. It was in the air when he was at the end, and he caught the ball on the other side of the H, just to give you an idea of how much space he picked up.
Now, just to give you some information, our rules expert, John Gorman, is letting me know that you can't decline a dead ball foul.
Oh, thanks, John.
So always good to have him on staff as our rules expert. Here comes Savannah Goodwin to kick this one back off. Let's see if we can recover this one again. This time she has it on a tee at the 40-yard line. There's the kick. Bet takes a good bounce. It's fielded by number 3. That's Evan Robinson. And he is stopped by number 48 of the Bruins. Is that Savannah?
No, that was 32.
32. Oh, okay. That's Fuda. All right. It looked like she was right in the scramble, so I wasn't sure if she was in there as well. But that's Fuda Shinkawa with the tackle. So they got the Hornets have possession of the ball on their own 49-yard line, 1st and 10. 8:36 remaining in the second quarter. Here comes there's a lot of talk going on the offensive side of the ball.
And on the defensive side, too.
A little confusion out there on both sides. Here comes the snap to number 5, Maxwell. He hands off immediately to number 10, Thompson. He runs around the left side of the field. He's at the 40, at the 35, and is forced down by number 34, Blake Titus. That'll move the chains. It's a first down for the Hornets.
Well, last week, Fuda Shinkawa, they kept sending him in on the right, from the right side to try to catch, any sweeps or whatever, and he attempted to do that on that play, but he just got swallowed up by the blocker, who I guess knew it was coming and opened up a running lane on that left side. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep trying to send number 32 in, or if they keep him back and try to contain.
Maxwell in the gun. He has 3 receivers left, 1 right, 1 running back to his left side. Little play fake. He's going to try and pass it. The intended receiver was Jace Harchie, I believe. And he just kind of looked at the ball and watched it sail out of bounds in front of him.
I think it was a little over his head. That was excellent pressure by number 34, Blake Titus. He came in on the right side, unblocked, and he had a wide open shot at the quarterback. Thankfully, he held up since the ball was already out of his hand. But
again, Maxwell in the gun. Two receivers on the far right side, one left. He's going to hand off again, this time to number 15, it looks like. That's Jordan Scott, who makes his way up to the 25-yard line before being stopped by number 15 of the Bruins, Zach White. That'll move the chains for the Hornets. That last scoring drive for the Bruins was an 8-play, 55-yard drive that resulted in a 1-yard touchdown pass by Bratcher to Cobb. It took 2:47 off the clock. That is 2 scoring drives for the Bruins that took more than 2 minutes each, which any other team that might not be remarkable, but in our case it is. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to number 4. That's Antavius Henderson.
And that was Chris Connell that shot through the gap there and brought him down for negative yardage. That was a tackle for a loss.
So they lost about 4 yards on that one. It'll bring up 2nd down, 14 yards to go for the Hornets.
I mean, the Bruins are sending at least 5 guys every single time.
Yeah, I haven't seen them not blitz ever since the first quarter.
Yep.
Under 7.5 minutes remaining in this half. 2nd down, 14 yards to go. The Hornets have the ball at the Bruins' 28-yard line. Maxwell, there's a flag coming in from all sides. False start on the offense, so the Hornets will get moved back 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 19 yards to go. That's a tough position to be in.
It is. Well, and it looked like the Hornets coach was trying to tell the referee that it should have been encroachment. I didn't see anything of the sort there, so I guess I was just wishful thinking on his part.
You always have to try.
Yeah.
There might be that shadow of a doubt.
Your players could never do that.
No. So now they've placed the ball at the Bruins' 34-yard line. And here comes the timeout. Timeout from the Hornets. We'll take a timeout with them. The Bruins leading this game 20-14 against the Maumelle Hornets. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer.
With the Maumelle Hornets are looking to keep their drive alive. They're 2nd down and 19, so they've got a ways to go here. The Bruins have just putting a lot of pressure on them here. Looks like they have a 3-4 formation, going to look to contain the Hornets offense.
There's the snap. Directly to Robinson. He runs around the left side of the field and comes back to center. He's going to be stopped. It looks like, wow, he is really scrambling for that ball. A little bit of emotion shown there at the end. He was stopped by number 27 of the Bruins, that's Clinton Wilson.
And as I mentioned, Evan Robinson picked up 125 yards on the ground last week by just running, and I imagine that's probably how he did it, just from zone read snaps and picking out what he can from the defense.
As always, send us your feedback, your thoughts on the game on Twitter using hashtag #PABruins. Prior to the snap, timeout called on the field. I'm not sure what's the coaches of Maumelle are not happy. Not sure why they were calling timeout there. They were definitely, they're having an argument with the official on the field. Now they're having to back their players up. And the head coach can actually talk to the referee here for a moment.
Well, and it's interesting that they're running Evan Robinson out there because, as I said, he's going to run the ball. But, when you're sitting at 3rd and 13, 3rd and 14, you got to be thinking pass. Like, I'm not sure why they're thinking run there, but maybe they're just trying to throw something that the Bruins haven't seen tonight and maybe catch them off guard. It looks like Evan Robinson's going to go back out there.
So now the head official has signaled for them to start the clock, even though it doesn't look like the coach was finished talking to his players. I'm not sure the official really cared at that point. 6:20 and counting on the clock. Here comes the snap. The Hornets have the ball at the Bruins' 28-yard line. Third down, about 14 yards to go. There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 10, Thompson. Runs it straight up the middle, and he gets tripped up at the Bruins' 28-yard line. It's only a gain of 2 yards. That'll bring up fourth down and about 12 to go.
Yeah, at one point I was thinking maybe they were playing for field position and try to kick a field goal, since that would put them 3 points down to the Bruins, but looks like number 5, Tyler Maxwell, is back out there with 12 yards to go.
It's interesting that ever since the start of this game, the Hornets are playing 4 downs of football. There's the snap to Maxwell. He's looking to pass. Lots of pressure from all over the place. Not only did he receive the pressure, but his intended receiver had 2 defenders on top of him. So the ball will turn over on downs. The Bruins will take possession of the ball from their own 28-yard line.
And that was Grampino on the pressure, and Garrett Pritchard, who was able to swat at the ball and try to just, I guess, keep the Hornets players from coming up with it. So
looks like Fuda Shinkawa had a little hand in that pressure as well. Got to account for the Shinkawa equation. First and 10. Here comes Bratcher in the gun. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Handoff goes to Kelly. Kelly is stopped at the 27-yard line by number 56.
Jackson Chancellor. He didn't really have much running room there. That was the only man to stop him there, but it was a good open field tackle by Jackson Chancellor.
Is that number 5 in the quarterback position this time? No, that's 12. That's Bratcher again. Handoff to Kelly. Kelly is brought down at the 34-yard line this time. That'll bring us up to third down and about 3 yards to go.
He had a little more running room that time, so let's see if they can capitalize on it with the short yardage situation here. Brick Gore on the tackle there, number 17 for the Hornets. Good to see him back out there. I think he was injured earlier.
Third down, about 2.5 yards to go. There's the snap to Bratcher. Handoff goes to Kelly. Another shovel pass over to Cobb. Cobb runs to the near side of the field. He's at the 40, the 45, and he runs out of bounds. Excuse me, looks like he took a step out of bounds a little further back at about the 42. And a player, I'm not sure whether he was in that play or on the sidelines. He has a helmet on, so I'm going to assume. Well, you can't make that assumption. All their players have their helmets on. Mm-hmm. But there's a player on the field. He's just barely on the field, but he's there.
I think he was in on the tackle, and I think he just ran into and had a collision on the right side. One thing I like to see with, you don't like to see the injuries, but one of the first things you see the Bruins players do is immediately take that knee.
Yeah.
They see a player down, they take a knee, and admittedly, there's some advantage to it as far as catching your breath, but it's also respectful.
It is.
It's good to see him well coached like that.
And, we've had, of course, the Hornets are doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. Many of them have taken a knee. Looks like they're going to help that player up. That was number 39 for the Hornets. That's Alex Phillips, who was shaken up on the play. And luckily, he's moving off the field on his own power. So they did move the chains, so that's a first down for the Bruins.
Yeah, that looked like it might have gone awry. It was a little flea flicker action back there, and I think he was actually supposed to pass it, and he did not see an open receiver, so he just decided to keep it himself.
Here comes Bratcher. 1 receiver on the left side, 4 on the right. There's the snap. He's looking downfield along the left side. He's going to throw it up in the air, and it's caught by J.D. White inside the 50.
That was an excellent catch by White. It was a little high, and he clearly was concentrating on catching the ball and then worrying about what he was going to do with it after. He didn't really have much room, but the key was he came up with it.
So the Bruins now have the ball inside the Hornets' territory at the 48-yard line. Second down and inches to go. Looking to the sideline for the play. Bratcher has twins on either side and a running back next to him. Handoff goes to Jaden Kelly immediately. Has some blocking help. He's at the 40, at the 35, at the 30, where he's finally tripped up by number 6. That's Brian Worsham.
I couldn't tell who was out there. I think is that Chase McCarver, number 54?
I would not be surprised, yeah.
He was out there. He had a huge block there to open up that running lane. Good on him.
So first down and 10 for the Bruins. There's the snap to Bratcher. He's looking along the left side. He's going to throw it down the middle, in and out of the hands of Kelly, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by number 10. That's Darius Thompson. He brings the ball back up to the 25-yard line, and the Hornets will take over.
That was a dangerous pass. Bratcher was getting pressured from behind. He knew he had to get rid of the ball, but, I mean, he just, he tried to find his go-to man in Hudson, and he just unfortunately couldn't quite get it into the numbers there.
I've just gotten in the habit of saying just Henry.
Henry, there we go. Henry the third.
So 24 seconds on the play clock, 3:38 remaining in the quarter. The Bruins leading 20-14 over the Hornets. Here comes the snap to number 5, Tyler Maxwell. A little high, but he got it. He's looking to pass far down the left side. In and out of the hands of number 8, Clay James.
I mean, that was a good effort by James there, and he's beating himself up about it, but that was a hard ball to come down with. He just did a good job of staying on top of his men and making sure.
There's, I'm not sure if you're hearing the banging on the window. It's kind of distracting, but we have some of the home team folks are trying to get the students in front of the press box to sit down. They're jumping up and down. They're excited. It's a great game to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Very close. 3:32 on the clock remaining in this half.
It's good to see the energy from them, just not that close.
Just not that close. We got to see somehow. There's Maxwell in the gun. He has 3 receivers to the left side. Handoff goes to number 10. He's run right up the middle at the 35, the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Hornets. That was number 4 running that one in. Antavius Henderson with that carry with the touchdown for the Hornets.
They just did not have anyone back there. I mean,
and there are no flags on the play.
As we said, the Bruins have been sending everyone up the middle, and unfortunately everyone was up the middle and no one was in the backfield ready to stop him.
I don't, he was fast.
Yeah.
That was fast.
It's the first time we called his number tonight, and I'm surprised they haven't utilized him more.
There's the extra point attempt. It's up. It's good. So now the Hornets take the lead by 1, leading this one 21-20. Let's take a quick break. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Remaining in the half. The Maumelle Hornets leading 21-20 over the Bruins. The Bruins ready to receive this kick. What an exciting game this has been, and I've got to say, quite unexpected.
Yes, yeah. Especially considering the Hornets have lost 2 in a row coming into this game.
There's the kick, a little pooch kick. It drops at about the 25-yard line. It's fielded by number 26. There's a flag on the play. Oh, a little extracurricular activity down there.
The return man, I don't think he quite realized how short that ball was going to be when it landed. I mean, he did not gauge it properly, but the kicker had put it at about the exact same spot the past 3 times, so I guess he just kind of assumed it was going to be going to the same place. It looks like we're marching backwards already. Yeah, it looks like they got the Bruins for either was it a block in the back or a holding. I didn't quite catch it, but either way, they're going deeper into Bruin territory here. Looks like they're going to start at their own 18-yard line, first down. Bratcher's hustling out to relay the play to his teammates. Looks like he's going to be in an empty backfield. 4 to the left, 1 to the right.
Interesting. Here comes the snap. He's looking to the left side. There's the pass. It's complete to number 10, Cobb, and he is stopped just inside the 30-yard line. That'll move the chains. First down, Bruins.
Yeah, that was a pickup about 12 yards, and Bratcher had several options over there on the left side and chose the proper one.
Bratcher once again in the shotgun. He has 3 receivers on the wide left side, 2 on the right side. There's the snap. He's immediately looking to the left. There's the pass. It's up over the head of J.D. White. He was covered up by number 26, Cedric Gable.
It was the right idea. He just overthrew his man a little bit. He had the running room, and he had the space to come up with the ball if it had been a little shorter.
2:47 remaining in the half. Second down, 10 yards to go for the Bruins. They're looking back to the sidelines. Looks like they're getting some more instruction. Coach Kelly giving them a new play. There's the snap to Bratcher. Looking down the left side, there's the pass. Oh, again, just over J.D. White. Couldn't get there. He was covered up by number 6, Brian Worsham and Demetrius Williams.
Once again, it was the right idea, and there was running room, there was space over there, but just overthrew the intended receiver.
So now third down, 10 yards to go, 2:42 on the clock. The Hornets leading this game 21-20 over the Bruins. He has 4 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Here's the snap to Bratcher. Looking down the left side, he's going to scramble right, throwing. It's complete to Dylan Allison at the 45-yard line where he's shoved out of bounds by number 7, KJ Brewer.
Now, is that going to be a first down?
It is, most definitely. They'll move the chains. First down, Bruins.
Well, and the Bruins got away with a little bit of hold there. About half the crowd saw it and was waving their hands, but
there's a quick hurry-up offense. Snap to Bratcher. He's going to run to the left side before throwing it to number 2, Jack Polk. And he rolls out of bounds just inside the 45-yard line, making it inside the territory of the Hornets. Another first down for the Bruins.
This is what we're used to seeing from them, just those quick strikes. Hurry up.
Nope, that wasn't a first down. Take that back. They'll be second down, 1 yard to go. Stretched out the chains, and it looks a little different. Now the official says, hang on. Timeout, Hornets. Let's take a timeout with them. What do you say?
That sounds good to me.
You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Maumelle. The Hornets leading this one over the Bruins 21-20. 2.5 minutes remaining in the half. The Bruins still in the huddle. Kind of taking their time over there. That's all right. They have the defense out on the field ready. They haven't started the play clock yet. I'm waiting any second now. They're going to, I'm sure.
Well, and I feel like they've been on the field for at least a minute and a half now, so they're already above what's probably their average amount of time they spend on the field. This is good. Give the defense a little rest.
Sure.
Even though the halftime's coming up, you still like to give your defense a little breather, especially as hard as the offense for the Hornets have been going at them.
Two receivers left, two right. One running back. Bratcher with the snap. He's looking to the left side. There's the pass. It's up. He's got defenders all around him. Looks like that was intended for J.D. White, broken up by number 6. That's Brian Worsham once again. He almost picked that one off because, well, J.D. White had plenty of coverage. Worsham wasn't the only defender out there.
I mean, there were 3 defenders, and all 3 of them decided to stick with White. And I think there was another receiver out there, but, at that point, Bratcher had already let go of the ball.
Here comes Bratcher again in the gun. Handoff goes to Kelly. He's at the 42, still on his feet at the 40, pushes for another 3. So Kelly will get the ball pushed up to the 37-yard line. That'll move the chains. First down, Bruins.
That was a good job by Kelly, recognizing there was open running space on that left side.
Bruins going for the hurry up. There's the snap. Again, Kelly with the carry. He's stopped short this time by number 64, Malik Williams. Malik, there you go. It's about a 2-yard loss on the play. That'll bring up second down and 12 to go for the Bruins. J.D. White coming out, being replaced by Jack Polk.
Well, and that clock is ticking away. We're now at under 1 minute and 40 seconds in the half.
He has 2 running backs in the backfield now. 2 receivers left, 1 right. There's the snap. The pass is up. It's complete on the far left side to number 10, Cobb. That won't be enough to move the chains, but just barely. That'll bring up third down and about 2 yards to go.
Well, and he was one of the men that was right next to Bratcher, so that was another bit. It was like a double wheel route. It was Cobb and Kelly that ran out to the left side. One was short, one was long, and Bratcher found his man.
That was Demetrius Williams for the Hornets with that stop. There's the snap to Bratcher. He's looking to the left side. It's complete to number 1, Mason Cobb. He gets the first down and then some.
And Cobb had a couple of blockers. It was an interesting, they had trips to the left, and he had 2 men in front of him. They took off, and he stopped. His wide receiver screen to the left side, and the blockers did their job and bought him enough running room to.
Here comes Hatcher. There's the snap. Shovel pass to Kelly. He runs around the left side of the field inside the 10 before he's forced out of bounds. Nope, he wasn't forced out of bounds. That was White that fell over there. He's stopped this time by number 6, Brian Worsham.
And that's almost, and it looks like it was good for a first down.
It was. Look at that. Couldn't tell from this angle, but now they're still discussing it. Yes. Yeah, they've dropped the marker now, so that is first and goal from inside the 10. Looks like about the 7-yard line. 48 seconds on the clock. There's the snap. Handoff to Woods. He runs around the left side of the field at the 5. Touchdown, Isarius Woods for the Bruins.
It's one of those situations where you almost wonder, okay, do you want him to go down just to run some more clock down? Because we saw the Hornets can score just as quickly. But in a back-and-forth game like this, you go ahead and take the points.
Yes, you do.
You take the points. It looks like they're going to go for it on 2 go for 2 here.
Looks like Jack Polk coming back in for this play. Bratcher looking to the sidelines for a play. 16, 15 on the play clock. 12, 10. Bratcher has 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. He has Woods back there with him. And the coaches don't like what they see. They're going to call timeout. With just 39 seconds remaining in this half, we'll keep it right here. Hey, stick around for the halftime show today. I have Leanna Wall going to come up and talk to us about the annual fund. What is it? I see a lot of emails, hear a lot of things about it. What is it? And how does it make a difference? And how can you be a part of Pulaski Academy's success? Just stick around. I'm sure she's going to tell us all about that.
Well, and speaking of community involvement, originally they were supposed to have the PA New Families event, the very first home game of the year.
That's right.
And we had that inclement weather delay and then the half of game. And so they pushed it back to October the 20th.
Is 20th or 19th?
19th. Is it 19th or?
Yeah. 19th.
19th, I'm sorry.
That's
19th.
It's the weekend of the 20th.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Yeah.
So
Couple
October
hours
19th.
shy.
Yeah, so it'll be great great opportunity to meet a lot of the new parents, the new families there at PA.
Does it start at, I believe it's 6 o'clock? Is that 6 o'clock you come in? And I actually did this last year with my family, and it was a lot of fun. They had some refreshments, some goodies, some stuff you take home and help your support of the team.
Kind of make you feel part of the community, the PA family.
Yes.
Here's Bratcher in the shotgun for the extra point. There's the snap. He's looking into the end zone. He's going to keep it. He's wide open on the left side. He's in there. Touchdown. Well, extra point attempt is good. There you go. That's a 2-point conversion. That's Bratcher with the keep along the left side.
Apparently, they did not watch the highlights from last week or the what was it, the Yarnell's Player of the Week? Or
it was.
Yeah, he did not win it.
No, he was nominated.
But he
it's it's interesting to see how many teams will just kind of overlook the quarterback and his ability to keep that ball and run it. That play was a 12-play, 82-yard drive that resulted in a touchdown run by Isarius Woods. It took 2:33 off the clock. Yeah, let's see if we can get Coach Taylor to come in for a halftime a little bit. No, don't think so.
Yeah.
He has a long trip all the way down to the sideline so he can talk to his guys.
He probably focused on the 7-point lead that they're holding on to at this point, so I do not blame him. It'll be interesting to see what they do on the kick here because there's only 39 seconds left. So are they still going to onside kicker, or do they maybe pooch it over the front line's heads and aim for the 30-yard line? Brooks is predicting they are still going to attempt the onside kick. We shall see.
I think he's right. If I'm gonna bet you a bear claw on that.
Do I need to lay odds on it?
Lay odds. Yeah. He says 2-to-1 odds. Is that what I saw?
2 to 1.
2 to 1.
So I get 2 bear claws if they do. Okay.
So you have number 90 out there, new kicker for the evening. That's Vaughn Seelick, the newest addition to the varsity team. Vaughn out there to kick this one. He has it on a tee. There's the kick. He is going to have a little worm burner out to about the 45-yard line. A big scramble for the ball, but no one looks too excited, so I think the Hornets did come up with that one.
There was maybe a little bit of fear in the return man's eyes there. He kind of he had the ball. He knew he had the ball, but he wasn't sure exactly what he was going to do with it. And that hesitation just allowed the Bruins to swarm him. It looks like I guess are y'all going to split the bear claw here?
No, that was I think it was a 2-to-1 odds, right? So we get 2 bear claws.
No,
right?
no.
All right, here comes the snap to number 5, Maxwell. The Hornets have possession of the ball at their own 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10, 35 seconds remaining in the half. There's the snap to Maxwell. He's looking down the right side of the field. The pass is up in the air, almost picked off by number 34, Blake Titus.
Well, and Futa Shinkawa came in on the right side as he's like to do, and he there was one blocker who kind of threw a shoulder at him, but he didn't make quite much of an effort, and Futa was able to pressure the quarterback into sort of getting rid of the ball.
Probably a little quicker than he had intended.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if he was trying to get rid of it or if he actually was trying to throw the receiver. It was a dangerous pass regardless.
Bring up 2nd down, 10 yards to go from the Hornets' own 44-yard line. 30 seconds remaining in the half. Maxwell in the shotgun. There's a man in motion. Little play fake. There's a pass across to number 3, Evan Robinson, and he is met immediately at the line of scrimmage by number 32, Futa Shinkawa.
And he had a little help from his friend. I believe that was, is that number 15? Am I seeing that right?
Yeah, that was correct. That would be Zach White. That looks like, according to the marker anyway, looks like he might have gained about a yard. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 9 yards to go. And hold on, before the snap, the Hornets call timeout, but they have no timeouts.
So that burns it down, I believe. So
it will as soon as they realize it.
They don't have a timeout.
He's going to waive timeout.
I think that might be a loss of down. We shall see.
They're not throwing a flag yet, so maybe they're going to get away with it. Now Coach Kelly is letting them know they have no timeouts. The official and Coach Kelly are having a quiet conversation on the far side of the field. And looks like they might have slightly disagreed on something. An official timeout. Oh, it's our timeout, you think? Okay.
They were signaling towards the
Yeah,
Hornets side. There's no reason the Bruins would
official-
have called timeout because the clock was ticking down. It was about to almost to zero.
The official on this side of the field, the near side of the field, motioned that it was a timeout by the Hornets. There's the snap to Maxwell in any case. Looking downfield, there's the horn to end half. He has a man out there, but he is covered up completely by the Bruins. That'll be halftime. The Bruins leading this one by 7, 28-21 at Maumelle. We have a player down at the 7-yard line. They're calling for the trainer to come out.
That is a Bruin player. He collided with the attendant receiver. I didn't see who that was, but
That's J.D. White.
they had their hands team out there. That is not what you want to see in a close game, especially at the end of the half when it's just a ball that could have been knocked down.
Not sure. He's obviously in quite a bit of pain. He's on his back. He is moving his leg.
It looked like he may have taken a shot to the chest area, but they're
That's what
checking
he
his
was-
legs.
Yeah, he's checking his right knee, right around his right knee. Let's go ahead and take a break. We're at halftime. The Bruins leading this one, 28-21 over the Maumelle Hornets. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. This is a 3-minute pause, stop, isn't it? Fund.
Thanks so much, Josh. Yes, we are a little over halfway into our 100 Days of Giving campaign, and we have reached 6. We are really excited about this number. Yeah, so the annual fund is part of our operating budget, and it allows our school to support enhancements in technology.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Our halftime show now, and I'm sitting here with Leanna Wall. Good evening.
Hello.
Here to tell us a little bit about the.
We are a little over halfway into our 100 Days of
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pulaski Academy. We've got our halftime show now, and I'm sitting here with. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pulaski Academy. We've got our halftime show now, and I'm sitting here with Leanna Wall. Good evening.
Hello.
Here to tell us a little bit about the PA Annual Fund.
Thanks so much, Josh. Yes, we are a little over halfway into our 100 Days of Giving campaign, and we have reached 61% of parent participation. We're really excited about this number. We've also reached 73% of our fundraising goal this year, so we've kicked off a great start.
That is outstanding. Very exciting. So tell me, what is the annual fund exactly? For the school, and what projects does it support?
Yeah, so the annual fund is part of our operating budget, and it allows our school to support enhancements in technology, to retain top-notch faculty, and to expand our facilities for academic programs and fine arts initiatives.
So I understand that this also can be very competitive.
Yes, we're very competitive, and right now kindergarten is in the lead. They have 75% of their parents having given to the annual fund, and second grade is close behind them. We would love for everyone to participate tonight by making their pledge using our text to give number. You text PA Give to 56512 and then follow the prompts.
So just text PA Give to 56512, and then it'll reply back with how much do you want to give and all of that. Okay, great.
And it's all about participation. So we're not looking for $1 million. We need everybody to make a gift.
So even if you aren't a current PA parent, or maybe you have already graduated, you're an alum,
yes,
or if you have a student that's already graduated, can they give through that same way as well?
Yes. We love gifts from alumni, grandparents, parents of alum, definitely. We just appreciate everyone's support.
I know every week we hear from past students, graduates, and parents from all over, not just the United States, but all over the world who watch the live stream. And so I know if you're out there and you want to help out, it'd be fun to see those gifts come in from Australia and from the United Kingdom. So if you want to send us $1 just so that we can say, hey, we've made this international, that'd be awesome. So again, tell me again that
yes,
text
PA
message.
Give to 56512.
All right, PA Give 56512. Thank you, Leanna.
Thanks
you so much for joining us. We'll be right back with some more stats and going over the first half. You're listening to Pulaski Academy Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Back to Maumelle High School, the Maumelle Hornets against the Pulaski Academy Bruins. The Bruins leading this one 28-21 at halftime. And it has been an exciting game. We've got Brooks Beasley here with us, going to help us go over the game. Let's go over some of the other scores around the state real quick. You have, at last reported, we have Forest City 8 at Batesville 0 in the first quarter. Huntsville falling behind Clarksville at 34 at halftime. Hot Springs 3, DeQueen 7 at halftime. Greenbrier 7 at Farmington 7 in the third quarter. They must have been really booking through halftime to get in the third quarter already. No score on the Greene County Tech and Blytheville game. Halftime for Valonia at Harrison. Harrison leading that one 48-6. Halftime at Lakeside tonight. Texarkana leading Lakeside 28-7. What a game that one has to be. And of course, Little Rock Fair falling behind Little Rock Christian. That's 7-42 in the second quarter. That's probably halftime by now. You have Hope 9, Little Rock McClellan 48 in the second quarter. Camden Fairview 20 at Magnolia 13 in the second quarter. Of course, here in Maumelle, Pulaski Academy 28, Maumelle 21 at halftime. Alma behind Morrilton 9-14 in the third quarter. In Nettleton tonight, they have halftime score: Nettleton 42, Paragould 0. Wynn at Valley View. Wynn is leading 28-0 at halftime. Little Rock Parkview leading Watson Chapel at halftime 21-14. Another good game in 5A football. And lastly, BB 0 at Whitehall 13 in the second quarter. Brooks, what a game. You know, we've seen lots of scores, lots of close ones around the 5A conference tonight, but this one here in Maumelle has been quite unexpected to me anyway.
And I think we've got a barn burner here going tonight. One thing I'm going to say here about the start of the game, last week, you know, we played one of our real arch rivals, Little Rock Christian, and everybody was really up for that game. And so, in my opinion, PA came out just a little bit flat tonight, and they played them a little lackluster, but I think once they saw that the Hornets got to scoring on them and making a couple of touchdowns, I think the PAs came to life and kind of right now they're making a game of it. And right now, like I said, they're leading at the half 28-21. So I think we're going to be in for a real good second half, and I think the PA finally got their chin strap buttoned up, and they're playing ball in the second half, or in the second quarter, I mean. As far as statistics go, let's see here. Braden Bratcher, as far as he was 19 of 27, but he had one interception that kind of killed a drive, and that really hurt us, but we still came back and scored a little bit later, but he had a total of 188 yards. Andrew Cobb, he was 1 of 1 and for 55 yards. And he's the one that threw the touchdown pass at the first play of the game for the Bruins, I believe. And I misquoted there, or I gave statistics that Braden Bratcher had thrown that pass, but really it was Andrew Cobb. And then Nolan Bruffett, he was 5 of 5 for 44 yards, and for a team total there of we were 25 out of 33 with one interception for 287 yards. And then receiving, let's see, we had John David White. He had 7 catches for 90 yards and 1 touchdown. Merritt Jones had 2 catches for 52 yards and 1 touchdown. And then Jaden Kelly, 3 receptions for 36 yards. Hudson Henry not having a really spectacular night tonight, but he's still hanging in there, and he's going to come around in the second half for us, I believe. You know, he's kind of our go-to guy, along with John David White. And he had 2 catches for 31 yards. And Andrew Cobb, he had 3 catches for 23 yards and 1 touchdown. Mason Cobb, 3 receptions for 19. Dylan Anderson, 1 for 12. And Braden Bratcher had 1 for 9. Zarius Woods was 2 for 8. And then Nate Cummings had 1 reception for 7 yards. Anyway, we had a total team effort there in the first half of 25 catches for 287 yards. So altogether, we have, let's see, 287 and 48. This week we kind of reversed. Last week we had rushing. outpace the receiving. And this week the receiving is kind of back to normal like the PA normally does. So that's 335 yards. So it's not a bad half.
Not a bad half at all. And, like you said, I think that probably the Bruins came out here thinking the same thing that I was thinking when the game started was that this would be an easier game than it has turned out to be. And it's like you said, they had a little lackluster start. But just like you said again, the Hornets came to play.
Right.
They had their stingers out. They're ready to.
They absolutely had
They're ready to throw a ball around and run it up the gut, and they've done a good job of it so far.
Well, sitting over here on the north side of the river, they hear all about PA all the time, I'm sure. And they're wanting to make a point themselves. They've got a good football team, no doubt. This is years ago. Let's see, there used to be a lot of the Oak Grove. It really was Oak Grove High School. Now it's kind of, I guess you could say it's kind of Oak Grove South, but Derek McFadden played for Oak Grove, and so they produced some good athletes, and so they want to match. They've got some good athletes tonight. They had about a 60 or 70 yard break right up the middle for a touchdown, and so that was a really a fun play to see there.
It was.
The PA kind of stacked the line, and once he broke free, there wasn't anybody there to catch him.
Well, we have about 5.5 minutes remaining in this halftime. Let's take another break. You're listening to PA Bruin football. Bruins leading this one 28-21 at halftime at Maumelle. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin football on 101.1 FM, The Answer.
Drum majors, the band ready to perform. The field is yours.
Maumelle High School, home of the Hornets. The Bruins leading this one by 7, 28-21. We've got about 5 minutes, a little more than 5 minutes remaining in halftime. We had Tessa and Maddie up here joining us in the press box. Grant brought them up to say hi, and always good to see some Bruins students, and on and off the field both. Looking back at the Maumelle Hornets season this year, they have a 3-2 record overall for the season. They started out at Pea Ridge. They won that game 40-30. Then they came home for their first home game. They played Valonia. They won that one 62-22. Now here's the next one at Mills. They won that game 53-0. So they started they started the season with 3 decisive wins, 2 of them on the road. The next game, they played Whitehall at Whitehall. They lost that one in a close match, 23-16. Then just recently last week, the Hornets went to Parkview, and they lost that one 40-28. Of course, again tonight, this one has been a little bit more difficult than I expected, and I think probably more so than a lot of the Bruins had expected. The game now, the Bruins leading it at halftime, 28-21. It's a ball game.
It is. It really is a ball game. If you'll remember, too, last year we played Parkview. We just barely escaped by beating them in the last 3 seconds of the ball game. So Parkview's got a good team, and so Maumelle doesn't have anything at all to be ashamed of by getting beat by them last week.
No, and it's interesting. They did restructure the conferences, and so now Maumelle is in the same conference with PA and Parkview, and of course that's the reason that we hadn't played them in recent years.
Right.
But I think that we can expect a lot out of this team.
I think so. It's going to develop into me to be a good rivalry, just like in years past, Little Rock CAC.
Right.
Just up the road here a little ways on Maumelle Boulevard. Well, this is kind of the north end of Maumelle Boulevard, and CAC is kind of on the south end. But there's about a 6-mile difference there. But anyway, I think it's going to develop into a real good rivalry.
Well, I want to say hi to some of our fans out there. Fred McCulley, Dana Kelly's dad. I wanted to say hello to you, sir. And again, we've got lots of folks out in Twitter land. We've got Judy Armstrong watching from Gallatin, Tennessee. Her number 1 grandson, Mason Cobb. Of course, our number 1. And always good to hear from them. We've got Maybe Drew out there watching the game. We have Adrian Dallas saying, "Let's go Bruins." Let's see, we have...
Is that with the W?
That's with the W, that's
the
right.
W.
Brew wins.
Brew wins.
Kyle Deckelbaum is on hand tonight doing his job, reporting for the local television. We've got Mary Faulkner-Turriff out there saying, giving Coach Lucas some props. He always does a great job. Always good to hear from Mary and the Turriff family. Again, if you want to get in on the feedback, send us a tweet using hashtag PA Bruins. We'll make sure to read it.
Oh, and I want to give a shout out to my father, Russ Short. He's been a bit under the weather this week. He had a nasty little virus that got a hold of him. So I wish him well and hope he is able to recover and get back to babysitting my children.
No doubt.
That's what grandparents are good for.
Amen.
I fit in that category myself.
One thing that I guess feels unusual to me is I keep looking at the scoreboard and I'm saying to myself, the Bruins are actually winning this. Like, it doesn't feel like they're actually leading this game. I mean,
No,
it
it
feels
doesn't.
like it's tied, or it even feels like they might be losing it.
Right.
Because it was just such a back and forth first half, and they were losing it it felt like a good portion of the half.
Well, and
So-
it felt that way just because of the frustration that I think that you could feel just radiating off of the far side of the field.
Right.
You could tell, especially sitting. I'm going to speak a little quieter. You could tell sitting right here in the booth next to us is Coach Taylor, and you can kind of see the frustration, the tension in his shoulders, and he knows that they're not playing up to par as they normally do. And I think that we can probably expect more out of the Bruins in the second half.
Well, one thing that you talk about the Bruins not playing up to par, well, we've had 2 fumbles, and we've also had an interception, and that's kind of unusual for the Bruins.
It is.
But I will add on one good point. We got 1 onside kick tonight, and so I think that's. I think Coach Kelly said every time that they could at least get 20% of the kickoffs,
Right.
and they would win the ball game. So if we get another one, that's going to really up it. But anyway, that's.
Well, let's go ahead and take a break. We've got just under 3 minutes before this one gets started once again. The Bruins leading this one 28-21 at Maumelle. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer.
I think the band went up.
We would love for everyone to come out and support the band. We hope. Ladies and gentlemen, first half stats brought to you by Marco's Pizza here in Maumelle. Maumelle, 45 offensive plays. 48 on the ground, 287 through the air. Hornets 166 rushing, 30 in the air. Gentlemen, a big round of applause for the 2008 County Special School District's Coca-Cola Coach of the Year, your very own Brian Chambers.
About 2 minutes remaining in halftime. The Bruins leading this game 28-21 against the Hornets. We've got a great game tonight and looking forward to the second half. Lots to cover.
I'm not sure. I was trying to look out there and see if J.D. White's back out on the field.
He looks like he's fine, and he will be playing, according to the coaches in the next room.
That's what we want to hear. I mean, he was out on the field. Did not look like he was in good shape at the end of that last half. So that's the kind of news you want to start off with. One of your big playmakers is healthy and ready to rock and roll.
As are we. The Bruins taking the field. They received to start the game, so they'll kick this one away. They've got number 8, Clay James, out there to kick this one off. And deep to receive for the Hornets. I think that's number 22, TJ Scarborough. He's hovering out there around the 25-yard line, but we'll see if he's needed. Looks like Clay has placed this ball on its belly, but it's still on a tee, which is interesting.
They have 10 different options, I believe, is what
over
you told
10.
me. So
Yeah.
over 10.
Yeah.
So
here comes the kick. Oh, keep those. There we go. Now kick is up, and it is a little worm burner. The first person to touch it did not hang on to it. The Bruins say they have it. Let's find out. Yes, they do. The Bruins starting the second half with their own kick.
I told you.
We're waiting for it.
Well, and that was Braden. I'm sorry, not Braden. That was Evan Robinson, who did not come up with the ball. So he's kicking himself right now. Mason Cobb, however, did come up with the ball for the Bruins.
So the Bruins start both halves with possession of the ball. They now have it just on their side of the 50-yard line, 1st and 10. There's the snap to Bratcher. He's going to pass behind the line to Kelly. Was that a flag I saw? Or is that just a mouthpiece? Yeah, he's going to keep the ball and run out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down. 5 yards to go for the Bruins.
That was a good job by Chase McCarver there to pick up the block and give him some running room.
Bratcher again in the gun. He has Kelly to his right. One receiver left. Triplets to his right. Handoff to Kelly. He kind of bobbles it, but he hangs on. He's at the 40, and he's tripped up. Falls down at about the 38. That's enough to move the chains. 1st down, Bruins.
Oh, that was extremely lucky that he did not lose the ball right there. He thankfully concentrated, was able to hold on to it, and actually still pick up the 1st down somehow, which is pretty impressive on his part.
Bratcher looking to the sidelines to find the play. The whole offense is down there looking for it. He has one receiver to the left side, quads on the right. Looking back to the sidelines again. 7 seconds on the play clock. There's the snap. Looking to the right side. He's getting pressure. Somebody's got a hold of his jersey. He passes that ball to Cobb. It's complete. Defended by number 6, Brian Worsham. And he's just outside of the marker. That's another first down for the Bruins.
That is, again, extremely lucky that they did not bring Bratcher down before he got rid of the ball. It was excellent job on his part finding the open man at the last second.
Bratcher in the gun, going with the same formation. 3 on the left, or excuse me, 4 on the right, 1 on the left. Pass is intended for J.D. White. Hit him right in the fingers and bounced out. They'll try that one again. 2nd and 10. The Bruins have possession of the ball on the Hornets' 26-yard line. 11:07 remaining in the third quarter.
Oh, and this is the kind of strong start that you want to see from the Bruins. Not just that onside kick recovery, but your positive yardage plays after positive yardage plays. So let's hope they can keep up the trend here. It was an interesting formation on that last one. They were running quads to the right. Now it looks like Bratcher's got an empty backfield. He's got 2 to the right, 2 to the left, and then he's got a single man just off his right, a couple yards.
That'd be Jaden Kelly.
He's in motion.
There's the snap. Bratcher scrambling, looking to the left side. He's going to hang on to the ball. He's at the 20, runs out of bounds at about the 18. Almost picks up a first down. That'll be 3rd and 1 for the Bruins.
That was a huge block by number 72, Caleb Smith there. Looks like one of the linemen for the Hornets had a beat on him, and then Smith just came in and sent him flying back a couple of feet.
Bratcher has 3 receivers on the left side, 2 to the right, 1 on the far right. There's the snap. Bratcher looking to the left. He's going to pass. It's complete to J.D. White. He's forced out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. That'll move the chains. First down, Bruins.
And just, again, keeping that drive alive, picking up the yardage you need to get the first down, and keep on moving them, keep them on their heels. That's what you want to see.
The chains are not moving, even though they're at the, let's see, they spotted the ball at the 13-yard line. Do they have an injury?
Oh, on the sideline, just beyond the marker, so they're not moving it because the player's laying right on, almost on top of the line.
All right, let's go ahead and take an injury timeout. They have one on the field. This one's brought to you by Bowen Heffley Orthopedics. We'll be back in 30. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. High school. We did have an injury on the sidelines. He's still getting some attention. Looks like he was helped off of the field, but he's still getting some medical attention off the field. But they have resumed play. There's the snap to Bratcher. He's getting scrambled. Pass is complete to Henry. He's at the 10, at the 5, still on his feet. I think he broke the plane. Touchdown, Bruins.
Goodness gracious, that was an effort.
He was scrambling on his feet. He had at least 2 or 3 defenders on either shoulder, it seemed like, and just really kept his feet moving the whole time. Now, I know for a fact that one of the officials signaled touchdown, but it looks like the head official said no, it wasn't.
You know, if I'm Kelly, I line Henry up and I just let him run as hard as he can in that line and pick up that touchdown because he earned it. How
interesting is that? I know for a fact. Okay, there's the snap, and you had one. Who is that with the carry?
That was Bratcher, wasn't it?
Touchdown. That was kind of a anticlimactic touchdown.
It really was.
These. It seems to me. I don't want to talk about the officials in a poor light, but they're not on the same picture tonight.
No.
That's the second or third time that one has made a call and the other one made the opposite call without even discussing it. He just overruled him and said no, it wasn't.
Well, it's been such a tight game and an intense game that, you know, a lot of it they're probably just.
But as the official, you can stop the clock and say, wait a minute, what's going on? Let's take a look.
Fair enough.
Here comes number 8 for the extra point attempt, but as usual, Clay James doesn't get a chance to kick it because the Bruins were able to draw the Hornets offside, so they're going to bring the offense back out and go for 2.
And that's an interesting strategy considering that they are currently only leading by 13 points. You go for 2, you're leading by 15, but you kick the field goal, you got a 2-touchdown lead as opposed to,
I can sum up the
Yeah,
philosophy
go
in
ahead.
4 words. Left lane, hammer down.
hammer down.
That's it. So now Bratcher back out on the field. He has 2 receivers to the left side, 2 receivers to the right side. With him in the backfield is Cobb. Handoff to Cobb. He's forcing his way up there. Let's see. The Bruins say they have it, and so does the official.
Both of them. Both of them this time.
Yeah, the one in the white hat, I guess, is the one that counts. So he's got his arms up. So the 2-point conversion for the Bruins is good. They're leading this game 36-21 with 10:22 remaining in the third quarter.
So that was over a 4-minute drive. Am I?
Is that right, Brooksy? No.
No. Oh, I'm sorry.
Minute 34.
Minute 34. I forgot they scored the first drive.
Right.
And then they got the ball. Okay.
So that was an 8-play, 50-yard drive that resulted in a 1-yard run by Bratcher. Took a minute 34 off the clock. Let's take a quick break. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Back to Maumelle High School. The Bruins of Pulaski Academy leading this game 36-21. 10:22 remaining in the third quarter. What do you see, Holt?
There must have been a flag thrown that we missed because the Bruins are kicking the ball off in enemy territory at their Hornets' 45-yard line.
Interesting. Looks like Vaughn Seelick out there to kick this one again. There's the kick. Worm burner. It gets stopped at about the 34-yard line. And that's where the Hornets will start. We never saw a flag. We never saw a hand signal. Not sure what was going on there.
We did not, and I noticed number 3, Evan Robinson, I did not see him out there, so they must have pulled him after that last bobble on the previous onside kick.
I want to point out the injured player of the Hornets on the far side of the field is still on his back getting medical attention. Our thoughts are with him and his family. He looks like they're seeing to him. There's the snap to Maxwell. Handoff to number 10, Darius Thompson once again. He runs up the center to the right. He stopped at about the 38-yard line. It's about a 3-yard gain.
Looked like Grant Pino and Clinton Wilson were kind of near at the end, and Jack Gerard, I did not see him the first time we've called his name tonight. Good to see him getting some licks in there.
It'll be second down, about 8 yards to go for the Hornets from their own 37-yard line. Here comes the snap to Maxwell. He has one to his right. Handoff to number 10, Thompson again. He runs it up the middle. He's stopped just outside the 40-yard line by number 15, Zach White.
And looks like we have another injury on the field. Another Hornet player, and his helmet is off.
I think he just took it off kind of in frustration there at the last second. He does have his right leg kind of contorted there. They've stopped the clock. Let's go ahead and take a break as well. This injury timeout brought to you by Bowen Heffley Orthopedics. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Bruins leading this one 36-21 with 9:22 remaining in the third quarter. That was number 64 of the Hornets. Don't have him on the roster tonight. We'll find out who that is. But he looked like he had just a little muscle cramp in the quads. And that's the kind of thing that you're going to face when it's this warm out. It's only 77 degrees, but the humidity is at 212%. That's
Is that really?
yeah, 212. I got that from Todd Jacoby in front of
I
mine.
thought that was the boiling point.
It may be. Yeah,
I was about to say, on Mars, maybe. No, wait. No, Venus. I'm sorry. Venus is the one that's really.
looks like the Hornets are ready to start the next drive. Here comes the snap to Maxwell. Handoff. Goes to number 4 this time. That's Antavius Henderson. He makes his way up to the 46-yard line. That'll be enough to move the chains. First down for the Hornets. There is a flag on the play.
Looks like it was right where the tackle was made. The referees are consulting here, and let's hear from the White Hat.
They started to move the chains. Face mask against the Bruins.
That is not what you want to see. I mean, they'd already given up the first down, so on top of that, you get an extra 10 yards. 5 yards. It's only a 5-yard penalty. All right.
It's unintentional face mask.
Unintentional.
Sure.
So now we got Tyler Maxwell in the shotgun. He's got 2 running backs next to him. Hands off to number 4.
Antavius Henderson.
Picks up about 2 yards on the carry. I think I saw
Bennett Perkins with the stop. So that'll bring up second down, about 9 yards to go. Looked like they had 2, but the placement wasn't very kind.
Nope.
So that'll be second down and 9. The Hornets have possession of the ball inside the Bruins territory at the Bruins 46-yard line. Here comes the snap to Maxwell. He has running backs on either side. 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left. There's the snap. Little play fake, pass. It's intended for number 1, Zion Slade. Trent Sawyer broke up the pass, and that'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Well, and the quarterback, I mean, I feel like it's been a while since he's actually made a pass beyond 5-10 yards, and that was the first time he's attempted, and he just overthrew his intended receiver. There was a little bit out in front, if you will.
8:09 remaining in the third quarter. The Bruins leading this game 36-21 against the Maumelle Hornets. Here comes third down, 9 yards to go. From the Hornets have the ball at the Bruins 46-yard line. Here comes the snap to Maxwell. Handoff goes to number 10, Thompson. He runs to the right side of the field. He's swarmed by a den of Bruins. They get stopped finally at about the 41-yard line. That'll bring up fourth down, about 4 yards to go.
Thompson seems to have this uncanny ability to pick up extra yardage when it looks like he should. The Bruins have him dead to rights. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he just does a lot of leg workouts or what, but he's.
It's hard to tell. He's stopped that time by Chris Connell, and I almost said Connell. No, I know better. Chris Connell. Goodness gracious. And Blake Titus. Here comes the snap. Maxwell. Handoff. Thompson with the carry straight up the middle. Forces his way up to the inside the 40. That'll move the chains. First down for the Hornets. He's stopped this time by Matthew Hugg and Fuda Shinkawa.
Well, that was a big play. The Bruins needed to stop, try to get the ball back to the offense, and unfortunately they just couldn't come up with it.
Hornets have the possession of the ball at the Bruins 37-yard line. First and 10, 7:01 and counting on the clock. Bruins leading 36-21. Maxwell making some adjustments on the line. There's the snap. Looking straight down the field to pass. It's up in the air. It's deep. It was intended for number 1, Zion Slade. He was just inside the end zone. Almost picked off by Trent Sawyer. Broke up that pass very well. could have had his. He did have two hands on it, but he didn't get the catch.
Well, and at that point, you're just happy that he kept the ball out of the receiver's hands, because the receiver was actually a little bit above him, but Sawyer had the position to keep the ball out of his hands.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the Bruins' 37-yard line for the Hornets. Maxwell has one receiver to his right, two to his left. He has two running backs on either side. There's the snap. Handoff to number 4, Antavius Henderson. No gain. 3rd down and 10. He was stopped this time by Clinton Wilson of the Bruins.
That was a loss of 1 yard at least. He came in on that left side. The Bruins, again, are sending at least 5 guys every time. That time they sent exactly 5, and Clinton Wilson went unblocked over there for the loss.
3rd and 11 for the Hornets from the Bruins' 38-yard line. Maxwell in the gun. He has twins on either side, one running back to his left. Here's the snap. He's looking to the left side to pass. He's got pressure, and he throws it away while he's getting sacked in the backfield.
The coaches are signaling for a intentional grounding call, but it looks like they're not going to get it. I did not see a receiver out over there.
There wasn't a Hornet anywhere in that area.
I think that was a blown running back screen, because the Bruins just shot past all of the offensive linemen, and I think the quarterback was supposed to be looking for the running back on that play. We have a Hornet.
Another Hornet down with an injury.
I'm guessing it's another cramp, because he was up and then he just kind of fell down.
Oh, the Hornet that was on the opposite side of the field has left where he was before, so either he's all right or he's been taken off.
Well, we wish him all the best.
No doubt. He was given high fives earlier and just laying on his back. Probably just needed a rest. Maybe he had the wind knocked out of him. But in the meantime, it was interesting this last play as we wait for this injury timeout on the field. This last play, you could tell, like you said, it looked like it would have been intentional grounding. And it seems to me that some of the officials might be a little bit shy to throw the flag now because they've been overruled several times by the official. So, you have to understand at some point that you've got to throw the flag and enforce it.
Yeah. And if you get overruled, you get overruled. But,
sure.
And it may have been up in the air whether he was inside or outside the tackles, because, again, all of the offensive linemen were already down the field ready to block for the running back who never got the ball.
The down player of the Hornets is getting some attention. Looks like he has a leg cramp there. Is number 3, Evan Robinson. So, again, it is pretty hot outside. And so those players are going to try and stay hydrated. They probably need to get some potassium. And looks like they're going to help him off the field here shortly.
Yep, I got a couple guys out there to help walk him off. The referees and everyone's out there ready, but he does not look like he's ready to stand up quite yet.
Their trainer's not quite ready to let him get on his feet.
Yeah, well, you gotta stay safe. I mean, you gotta play it safe here.
Sure.
There's no sense in rushing that. It's not worth it.
It's a great crowd from the Bruins tonight. The band came out. It's great to see the Bruin Brigade on show, taking up a fifth of the stands on the far side, which is always great to see. The Bruin Brigade has come a long way over the last 4 years at least. We've seen a group of about, 5 to 10, probably less than 10 students in that band just in the last 4 years. And it has grown considerably. It's great to see all of the attention that they've gotten and the support that they're getting from the PA community.
Do you think any of the fans stopped at Cock of the Walk for dinner? Is it still there? Is Cock of the Walk still there?
No, Cock of the Walk's closed.
They're closed.
I'm sorry. I hope I didn't dig any wounds up there. I apologize out there.
No.
What's the Cajun place down the road?
Boudreaux's.
Boudreaux's. Yeah.
Beef O'Brady's.
Beef O'Brady's. Yeah, they got pretty good restaurants up here.
Well, I'll tell you what, it looks like he's going to be on the field for just a little bit longer. Let's take a break. This injury timeout brought to you by Bowen Heffley Orthopedics. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Well, folks, you are missing out on me getting berated by my my math skills up here. You know, it's easy to tell that the band takes up a fifth of the stands on the far side when it's broken up into fives right in front of me. It's an easy thing to do.
Feel free to join in the roasting of Josh on hashtag PA Live on social media and Twitter.
PA Bruins.
Or hashtag PA Bruins, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Josh, that was my same observation, so don't feel bad.
I like it. Looks like they're going to bring the card out for him. He's having a hard time working this cramp out, so they're going to get him off the field with a little help from his friends.
Oh, just don't run over him.
Yeah, they brought that card awfully close. He's going to get some help and get off the field. Let's see. We've got a lot of folks out here tonight from the Booster Club, from the Maumelle Hornets. They join us up here in the press box on either end. We've got a lot of folks on the left side and the right side enjoying the game. A lot of little babies up here. It's fun to see the kids in the press box. They've got a very nice facility here. It's almost exactly like the facility that we saw at Harbor to start the season in Arkansas, and which was, again, a very nice facility as well. Yep. This one looks to be maybe a year or two old.
Yeah.
No, a little longer than that, Chris? Yeah.
Now,
so,
did Harbor have the upper deck as well?
Yes, they did. Remember,
Okay.
they had the deck that opened up with the garage door up there, so it's very similar.
I did not make it up there, so
yeah, that was our first.
That was my maiden voyage.
He was there for the game, but he didn't get up to the camera deck. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm still learning my way around various facilities.
I found out, what was it, 2 weeks ago we were in Louisiana, and of course they didn't have room for us in the press box. 3 weeks?
Yep.
3 weeks ago. It's time flies when you're having fun.
Yep.
But we saw when we got there, they told us, there's no room for us in the press box. And we thought that was interesting. So we had to have our makeshift press box. We surrounded a camera deck that was surrounded by chain link fencing, surrounded that with some tarps, and made our own little outdoor press box, if you will. Found out this week, just from talking with some athletic directors and sports information directors around Louisiana, that's not uncommon in the state of Louisiana. The visiting team typically never gets any room in the press box in Louisiana. That's quite unheard of, actually. Thought that was
and it
interesting.
wasn't a small press box. I mean, it was substantial size. There was room. They just
Sure.
and
that's just the way they do it.
I guess so.
So the Hornet that was down there looks like it was number 3. Is that what you told me, Chris? Evan Robinson. He's
getting a round of applause as he's carted off.
It now looks like we're ready to start this game again. The Bruins leading this one 36-21 in Maumelle. 5:59 remaining in the third quarter. The Hornets have the ball in Bruin territory on the 36-yard line. 4th down and 11 yards to go. They're going for it. Here comes the snap to Maxwell. He's looking to pass. He's passing deep to number 11, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Jace Harchie. Incomplete, and the Bruins will take possession of the ball at their own 37-yard line.
Harchie, I think, might have been looking for some pass interference, flag there.
There was no way. He was nowhere near that ball.
No,
He's not going to get a passing interference call.
Over.
He was defended out there by Clay James, but There was never a push off. There was never any touching. I don't think he had a claim on that one.
No. So.
But again, like I said earlier, you got to try.
Yeah.
You got to try. So here's Bratcher in the gun. He has 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. There's the snap. Looking straight downfield in the arms of number 11, Nate Cumming. He's at the 15-yard line where he's finally stopped. One of the things that caught my eye immediately was there was a player of the Hornets that kind of fell immediately after the snap. He just kind of fell over, and one of the Bruins jumped on top of him. I'm not sure why he fell over, but then he got up and met everyone else in the defense.
Yeah, I think there was some folks in the crowd that were a little unhappy with that. It's a little unusual. I mean, I don't know if you could throw a flag there, but at the same time, I'm, again, not quite sure why it transpired.
So that's first down. There's the snap. Handoff to Woods. He's at the just outside the 10.
Well, and it's been a while since we've called Woods' name. I think it's been since the first quarter that he's really touched the ball, so it's good to see him pick up positive yardage there.
That'll bring up second down, about 6 yards to go for the Bruins at the Hornets. What is that, about the 11-yard line. Here comes the snap to Bratcher. He's looking to his right. He's going to keep it. Going up the right side. He's still on his feet, and he gets stopped at the 2-yard line by number 56, Jackson Chancellor.
I want to say Bratcher ran a play very similar to that last week, and just like that, he picked up a first down and some extra positive yardage. So I don't feel like we saw that play run very much, the option play run very much the first few games. So I guess they've seen something they like from Bratcher in that type of the option play.
First and 10 from the 2. There's the snap. Bratcher looking to pass. He has a man. No, you're right. That was Bruffett. He's looking to pass. That was complete to Henry. Touchdown, Bruins.
Well, and that was they after Bratcher, I guess, took the hit on that option play. They sent him out, and Bruffett came out and put that ball exactly where you want to see it. And Hudson Henry.
We'll break you of it by the end of the season.
Yes, Hudson Henry had a good catch there for the touchdown.
Clay James out to kick the point after. Bruffett out to hold. Oh, and they did it again. The Bruins were able to draw the Hornets offsides. So let's see if that makes any difference in the coach's eyes. Everybody's looking to Coach Kelly. He says, yeah, let's do it. Let's go for 2.
Well, right now they've doubled up the Hornets, so they have a comfortable 3-touchdown lead.
Looks like Bruffett's going to stay out. He's going to captain the ship for this 2-point conversion. He has 2 receivers left, 3 right. There's the snap, looking to the left side. There's the pass. Oh, and wow, flying in from nowhere is number 5, J.D. White. The 2-point conversion is good.
Well, and I didn't see who the receiver was. There was another receiver on the left side just beyond White, and he kind of drew a defender away. And so White had a little room to make that catch. But, yes, it was an impressive catch on his part.
Wow, that was quite impressive. It looked like it was going to be a short pass.
Mm-hmm.
Then J.D. White comes flying in from the center and nails it. That scoring drive was a 4-play, 63-yard drive. Resulted in a 2-yard pass by Nolan Bruffett to Hudson Henry. Took 1:18 off the clock. That's a little bit closer to the clock time that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, more acclimated to that, absolutely. So now let's see here. The Bruins are 2 for 5 on
2-point conversions?
No, on 2-point conversion. No, 2.5 on onside kick attempts.
Oh,
tonight.
you're right. You're absolutely right. Bruins leading this game with 4:34 remaining in the third quarter. 44-21 against the Maumelle Hornets.
No, that wouldn't be right because they've kicked at least six times. So I guess 2 for 6 maybe. Yeah, the 44 points. That's good for at least 6 touchdowns.
Savannah Goodwin out to kick this one off. She has the ball on a tee, standing upright. There's the kick. Give it a good bounce at the 50-yard line. It's fielded by number 1, Zion Slade. And he is stopped. Whoa. I'm surprised we don't see any flags after that one. There was a little shoving after the fact. Looks like Zion Slade is shaken up himself after he carried the ball up inside Bruin territory. He gets stopped at the 48-yard line. He was kind of taking his time to get up. Looks like he was hurting a little bit.
He's not coming off the field, though, so I guess he's doing all right. That was a good onside kick. Unfortunately, the Bruins just couldn't get to it in time.
Futa Shinkawa helped out on the stop. 1st and 10 for the Hornets from the Bruins 48-yard line. Maxwell in the gun. There's the snap. He's looking to pass. Looking down the left side. Complete to number 10, Thompson. He's forced out of bounds by number 7, Chris Connell. That'll move the chains for the Hornets. They'll place the ball at about the 38-yard line.
Well, and it looks like despite not succeeding last time, the Hornets went back to that running back screen pass and were able to pick up that first down.
Maxwell again in the gun. He has one receiver to the far right side, 3 on his left. One running back on his left side. Here comes the snap. Pass to the left side to Jace Harchie. Immediately forced out of bounds. It's about a 5-yard gain.
And that time it was a wide receiver screen to the left side.
It's Blake Titus with the stop.
One thing that I've noticed is they've been sending Futa off that right side, and so I guess the Hornets are just hoping to catch some empty space there if he's coming in for the blitz. So maybe they're hoping to try to keep him off guard, and it looks like Clay James on that right side as well.
Here's the Hornets. 2nd down, 5 yards to go from the Bruins 32. Handoff goes to number 4, and Tavius Henderson. He makes his way up inside the 25. That'll move the chains again. The Hornets are on a march.
I'll tell you what, this is turning into a hard-hitting game. I mean, every single time at the end of the play, there's 1 or 2 guys that look like they're in a wrestling match down there. Now, I mean, as soon as the play's over there, they hop up and no hard feelings, get back, do your job. But they're not fooling around when that play is live.
Grant Pino had the stop on that one. Maxwell again in the gun. He has twin running backs. Handoff to number 10, Thompson. Runs right up the middle along the left side. And he is stopped at the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of about 4 yards, about 3. So that'll be 2nd down and 7. Excuse me, 3rd. Is that 2nd or 3rd? It's really
2nd down because they just picked up that first down.
They just picked it up. 2nd and 7.
That was
Zach White with the stop.
And Futa Shinkawa with the assist.
There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 4. Henderson runs it up the middle and is stopped after about a 3-yard gain.
Wow, that was a hard hit. He did a little spin move, and I think that was Futa Shinkawa came in and just laid him out.
3rd down, 4 yards to go for the Hornets from the Bruins' 18-yard line. 2:48 remaining in the 3rd quarter and counting. Bruins leading 44-21. There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 10, Thompson. He forces his way right up the middle again. I'm not sure if he even made any positive yardage on that play.
Well, and it's an interesting strategy here because, with the Bruins with 3-touchdown lead, I mean, at some point the Hornets have to start thinking about maybe passing the ball, but the passing game was not working for them, at least downfield.
Sure.
The screens and the wheel routes and stuff like that were working, but passing it further downfield wasn't working. So this is just running the clock on them. I mean, it's ticking down. We're almost under 2 minutes now in the 3rd quarter.
2:01, 2 minutes even on the clock. There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 4, Henderson. He runs to the right side.
We'll see if he got enough for that first down.
I think he might have. It's going to be close.
Neither side is signaling. Neither side is celebrating.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the official. Yeah, they're going to have to measure that one. They're going to call for the chains to come out. So official timeout. Let's wait for the chains to make their way over here. They're on the far side of the field. Blake Titus with the stop on that play. Seen him on the defensive side a lot tonight. He's trying to edge into Fuda's
Tackle total.
tackle total.
Yeah. And the Bruins are celebrating. It's
Yeah, they have the ball. So
like
the
we're short
Bruins-
at least 6 inches.
They were short, so the Bruins will take possession at their own 13-yard line. Maybe it's about the 14-yard line. So with 1:41 on the clock in the third quarter, the Bruins leading 44-21 at Maumelle. So 1st and 10 for the Bruins.
I believe that's 2 straight stops on 4th down by the Bruins this half. That is definitely what you want to see to try to pull away this game. One more touchdown would be give a nice, comfortable 4-touchdown lead going into the fourth quarter here.
Let's see who comes out in the quarterback position. They kind of bounced back and forth tonight between Bratcher and Bruffett. I think that's Bruffett out there now. No, it's Bratcher. Handoff goes to Kelly. He's at the 25, the 15. He's forced back out of bounds by number 6. That's Brian Worsham. Seen him a lot on the defensive side for the Hornets.
Well, and it occurred to me that I've been wondering why are they switching the quarterbacks out. Well, one thing is they may be trying to avoid those cramps.
Sure.
That we've seen so much. I mean, Azarius Woods has been getting a lot more playing time. Bruffett's been getting a lot more playing time in serious crunch time. So that might have something to do with it here.
Bratcher looking to the sidelines. He has one receiver to his right, one receiver to his left. He has 2 running backs behind him. He's looking to pass. He's got someone right behind him. He better get rid of that ball. The ball comes loose. And I think, no, Henry did not get to it. Hornets have the ball on the Bruins 2-yard line. What a play.
That is the last thing that you want to see there. I mean, you got to teach your man eventually get rid of the ball. Don't get too comfortable in that pocket, especially as hard as the Hornets have been after Bratcher tonight. To see him take that hit and give up the ball is, I mean, that's a huge morale boost for a side that is down 3 touchdowns. Well, I'm sorry, 23 points, over 3 touchdowns.
So the Bruins lose possession of the ball after that fumble, and the Hornets pick it up on the Bruins 2-yard line. There's the snap. They're going to run it right up the gut. Waiting for a signal. There it is. Touchdown by number 10, Darius Thompson of the Hornets. With 1:02 on the clock in the third quarter. They're edging out a little bit of that lead that the Bruins have. The Bruins still leading 44-27. And the Hornets are going to try, let's see if they try to kick this one. It looks like they were going to, but no.
And they did the mouth.
They're going to try and go for the 2-point conversion themselves. They had their kicker run out there. That's number 20, Keaton McGay.
Well, if they get the 2-point conversion here, that puts them 15 points behind. So still a 2-possession game either way if they go for the extra point. So I'm not quite sure what the motivation is here, but.
Nope. He says, we don't like what we're seeing.
No, the referees.
Referee's calling, blowing his whistle. There's still no flag. Not sure what's going on exactly. He says he's pointing to his watch.
Was the clock running when it wasn't supposed to be?
No. His arms are outstretched. I'm not going to. There was no foul because he didn't throw a flag. However, he did outstretch his arms in the shape of what you would normally call an unsportsmanlike.
Was a fist or?
Yeah, with the fist.
Well, I think that's an official timeout. Or
no, this is official. Tapping on the shoulders. I'm not sure what they were talking about. There's the snap. Little reversal back and forth. He slips. The pass had a little shovel pass go to Jace Harchie. Then he tried to pass it to Tyler Maxwell. Tyler Maxwell slipped at the 2-yard line. So that 2-point conversion is no good. So the Bruins still leading this one with 1:02 remaining in the third quarter. The Bruins lead 44-27. Let's take a quick break. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. That was loud. Well, Pulaski Academy 44, Maumelle 27, 102 remaining in the third quarter. Maumelle's kicker, number 20, Keaton McGay, ready to kick this off at the 40-yard line, teed up, standing upright. There's the kick. A little onside kick action for the Hornets. Oh, wait a minute. It might get away from the Bruins. I think the Hornets have it. We'll see. The officials are digging out the pile. Yes, they do. The Hornets giving the Bruins a taste of their own medicine with the onside kick and recovery.
Well, and I mean, the kicker just drilled it right at a Bruin return man, if you will. And it looks like Javis Smith came up with the ball after it bounced off the Bruin player there.
Wow, running their own play at them. I like it. So now the Hornets have possession of the ball on the Bruins' 38-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Maxwell in the shotgun. He has one running back to his right. Looks like he has twins to his left. One receiver to his right, the far right side. There's the snap. Little play action. He looks downfield. He's going to pass it deep to the end zone. Intended for number 1, Zion Slade. That pass came down just a yard or two in front of Slade, so he couldn't quite reach it. That was a nice little Hail Mary.
Well, and they had, it seemed like 7 men on the line there, like right up front. It was like a power formation, except the quarterback was in the shotgun, but there was just 2 receivers out there, but they were going deep.
You had Trent Sawyer defending that pass in the backfield. Not downfield, excuse me. There's the snap. Handoff to number 10, Thompson. He runs to the left side of the field, and he's forced out of bounds by number 15, Zach White, and Fuda Shinkawa.
Once again, Thompson just somehow makes people miss. I mean, there were 2 missed tackles there. One bounced off, and then another just couldn't wrap him up.
That'll bring up 3rd down, about 3 yards to go. The Hornets have possession of the ball at the Bruins' 31-yard line. 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Here comes the snap to Maxwell. Handoff to number 4, Henderson. He runs straight up the middle and is stopped just outside the 20-yard line. That's enough to move the chains. It's a 1st down for Maumelle. He's stopped this time by Zach White.
Oh, and they're just finding some holes in the line there. It was a good job by number 4 for the Hornets to make the cut that he did, get out in the open.
Maxwell in the gun. There's the snap, looking to pass. He has a man in the end zone. It's caught by number 11, Jace Harchie. Touchdown, Hornets.
That was impressive concentration on Harchie to come up with that ball. There was a Bruin defender all over him, but he still just couldn't get in front of it enough to. That was Clay James. He's doing as good of a job as he could defending him without committing pass interference. So
22 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The Bruins still have the lead at 33. Keaton.
We got a bobbled field goal attempt, and he is tackled at the 21-yard line. So
by Zach White.
It will stay at 44-33.
Wow. They had a little momentum going, and I think that might have crushed their spirits.
Mm-hmm.
They felt that one.
Yep. Well, the crowd's still.
They're still behind them in a big way, and they should be.
And they should be. That's a 2-touchdown swing right there in the past couple of minutes. So we'll see if they.
Let me give you a quick idea of how this game is going compared to the rest of the season. On average, in this season alone, the Bruins have allowed 19 points per game. 19.
Mm-hmm.
In this game, the Hornets have scored 33 points.
Mm-hmm. Well, and a lot of the points that the Bruins gave up were in the, I believe, the second game of the season, and it was a kind of garbage time, if you will. It was a couple of touchdowns when the third stringers were out there.
Sure.
So.
Well, Josh, tonight also in 3 cases, turnovers have allowed Maumelle to capitalize and score 21 points on us.
That's very true.
Well, and the Bruins are not going to be fooled twice here.
There's the kick, another onside kick. The Bruins, you have Woods out there. He gets 2 hands on it and brings it down. That whistle came a little bit late. There should be some, I'm surprised we still aren't seeing any flags. There's a lot of pushing after the fact.
I'm confused. The referee was making an angry hand motion at the Hornets, but for some reason he couldn't seem to find his flag there. That was a little unnecessary at the end of the play by the Hornets to just throw Woods down to the ground when the flag had already been blown, or the whistle had already been blown, rather.
17 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The Bruins have the ball at the 50-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Bratcher in the gun. He has 3 to his left, 2 to his right. He's looking to pass straight downfield. It's complete to number 84, Henry, at the 30-yard line. He goes out of bounds. He's forced out of bounds by Demetrius Williams, and that will move the chains. First down, Bruins.
I kind of feel like that's the Bruins' way of saying, hey, you got our attention. We're coming at you. We're going to send our biggest target out there. Stop him if you can.
Bratcher looking to the sidelines. Handoff to Kelly. Kelly gets wrapped up immediately, but he still makes a gain of about 3 yards, maybe 4. Bruins are going to hurry up and get back on the line quickly. Nope, not going to get it before the horn. The Bruins leading this game 44-33. We've got the fourth quarter coming up. Stick around. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. High School, Bruins leading this game 44-33. We're just getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Both teams and all of the fans are excited about this game. There's some cheerleaders really getting some attention tonight just because of the fact that they've got everyone in the crowd on their feet. There's the snap. Bratcher looking to pass, looking downfield. He's got a couple of men out there. It's complete.
That's J.D. White on the reception. And looks like that's going to be, he's pushed out just beyond that first down marker. So those chains are moving.
Wow. The Bruins got socked in the nose earlier.
Yep.
They had an onside kick by the Hornets. Goodness gracious. A second ago, and they recovered it. They capitalized on it. Here's J.D. White with another carry. Around the right side, he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins.
Untouched in the end zone. That was excellent job blocking downfield. I think there were a couple offensive linemen. Looks like number 71, Wesley Coleman, was
Chase
down there.
McCarver was helping out with that one, too. And number 54, you have to say, number 54, you don't have to say where are you because he's going to get right in your face and let you know.
Bus 54?
Yeah. Bus 54, where are you? He's going to leave some tire tracks on your back if you don't see it coming.
Any of the younger listeners out there have no idea.
No, go look it up. They don't even have Nick at Night anymore, do they?
No.
No, okay.
Mr. Ed.
Find it on Netflix or YouTube, kids. Car 54, you'll get it. Here comes Clay James with the kick. Point after attempt, it's up. The kick is good. So the Bruins leading this one 51-33 with 11:41 remaining in the fourth quarter. Folks, we want to say a quick howdy and hello to Rick and Sharon Pohl, grandparents of freshman Max Gorman. They're watching the stream from Nashville, Tennessee, on their way to Winona, Minnesota. They're in town last night to watch the junior Bruins. They beat Jacksonville, get this, 40-6. Of course, that junior Bruins, they're undefeated right now. Next week, they're going to be playing Watson Chapel at Pulaski Academy at Thursday night. So you want to see a good game, head over to PA Thursday night.
What time is that game at?
That'll be, let's see, I'll bet Sarah Gorman can probably text me and let me know. I'll bet it starts at 7 o'clock.
Nope.
Just if I were
I mean, they're a little younger. Don't they need to get to bed a little early?
No, they're Bruins. They don't go to bed. They
hibernate.
They stay up and work on National History Day. Oh. That last drive was a 4-play, 50-yard drive that resulted in a 17-yard shovel pass by Braden Bratcher to J.D. White. Took 36 seconds off the clock.
What was that?
I'm not quite sure. There is a flag.
It was kicked it out of bounds.
They kicked it out of bounds, so that's an illegal kick.
I mean, it went in the air out of bounds. It curved like it was. I mean, I
took
think,
a hook.
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
no,
it
it
went
was
to
a
the
slice.
right. It was a slice.
Slice.
Yeah, there you go.
Unless, well, wait. If you're a lefty, is it?
Oh, see, now just stop. Now you're just getting silly. It goes to the right. It's a slice.
My Uncle Sonny could tell us. He's the only
Let us
lefty
know, Uncle
golfer I
Sonny.
could think of.
Yeah, John Gorman tells me yes. That junior Bruins game next Thursday will start at 7 p.m.
Oh, I thought he was going to tell us whether
It's a slice or
I
a
would
hook.
say that's
No.
incredibly fast response time.
Nobody cares.
Sorry, folks.
That's the answer to that question. 11:41 in the fourth quarter. The Bruins leading 51-33 in Maumelle. Thanks to Charles Clogston for all his input on the game. Thanks, Charles. Good to hear from you. 1st and 10 from the Bruins 40-yard line.
And that penalty was declined there because it would have started them at 35 of their own as opposed to the Bruin 45.
Here's Maxwell in the gun. He has 2 running backs on either side. He's looking to pass. He's passing deep downfield. It's intercepted by number 9, Trent Sawyer.
Wow. I mean, he read that ball straight into his arms. I mean, it was almost like he was the intended receiver, and we haven't.
The intended receiver was number 1, Zion Slade. He's either hurt or emotionally distressed. I think he's actually injured.
Yeah.
Looks like we are going to stop the clock and get the trainer out there to help him out. He does have another cramp. Let's take an injury timeout with them. This injury timeout is brought to you by Bowen Heffley Orthopedics. We'll be back in 30. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. High school, 11:33 remaining in the game. The Bruins leading 51-33. We had number 1, Zion Slade, a little shaken up on the play, but he did get up and walk off under his own power. So that's always good to see. He'll come out for at least a play.
So the Bruins are going to start with the ball on their own 2-yard line, and they did not signal that that was a touchback, although Trent Sawyer did stumble into the end zone. I guess the forward progress was at the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
So they got a ways to go, but they have the ball with 11:33 left in the game.
Here's Bratcher in the shotgun. He's looking to pass down the right side. It's complete to Henry. Nope, that's number 10. No, that's number 1, excuse me. That's Mason Cobb over on the far side of the field. It's complete. He'll move up to about the 10-yard line. Be 2nd down, about a yard to go.
Well, and I don't think there was any doubt that a pass was coming there. It was an empty backfield.
Bratcher with the snap, looking to pass again down the right side of the field. His pass intended for Kelly came right out of his hands. It was passed about a yard or two in front of him, but Kelly still tried to stumble out in front of it and grab hold of it. He couldn't bring it in.
And it probably wasn't going to go anywhere. There was a defender right on top of him waiting for him if he caught that ball. So
that play was broken up by Bryson Duke. Snap to Bratcher. Handoff goes to Kelly. He's stopped immediately. No gain on the play. That'll bring up 4th down and about a yard to go for the Bruins. So the Bruins have the ball at their own 10-yard line. It's 4th down, about 2 yards to go. 11:04 on the clock and counting. The Bruins leading 51-33.
They're not hesitating here, though. They're certainly going for it. They got 5 receivers out there.
Here's the snap to Bratcher. He's looking to the right side. He's looking to the left side now. He's looking down the middle. He's going to get scrambled on and tackled. He tries to get rid of the ball. He had Merritt Jones at the 20-yard line, but he couldn't get it off to him. So now Bryson Duke broke up that pass, and now the Hornets will take possession of the ball at the Bruins' 10-yard line. That'll bring up 1st and goal for the Hornets.
Well, Bratcher was looking to the left side at first, and that was where his primary options were, but it looked like Merritt Jones and J.D. White were on the right uncovered. So, unfortunately, he just did not see that in time and until too late, and just didn't have enough power to get the ball to him.
Maxwell in the gun. Handoff goes to number 10, Thompson again. He moves to the left side of the field and gets shoved out of bounds by number 15, Zach White, and number 36, Bennett Perkins. So 3-yard loss on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 13. Looks like they didn't actually give them 1st and 10 from the 10.
No.
It's either the chains are short or else they actually started at the 11. Is there a flag?
Personal foul on the running back. A little extracurricular activity, as you like to say.
Mm-hmm.
He gave the defender there at the end of the play, gave him a shove towards the fence back there. That's a costly play. You know he's going to get an earful from his coaches. Yep. Looks like he is right now. So now they're looking at 2nd down and 27. So not only did that cost him a down, because the foul was after, it was a dead ball penalty.
There's Maxwell with the snap, looking to pass deep. He had a man in the end zone. That was Zion Slade in the end zone, but he had number 5 of the Bruins. Is that number 5? That's what it'll look like. No, that was Trent Sawyer.
Again.
That went up for the pass, but then as Slade was reaching out for the ball, he got a hold of the front of Sawyer's helmet and kind of pulled back on his head. That looked quite uncomfortable.
And that was Futa Shinkawa on the pass hurry. He brought the quarterback down as he was letting go of the ball. It's a shame that Sawyer wasn't able to come up with his 2nd interception in a row there.
Tyler Maxwell, quarterback for the Hornets, is visibly upset out there. I'm not sure who he's upset with, but here's the snap. He's looking to pass again. He's getting pressured. His pass is complete to number 10, Thompson. He's still on his feet, dodging Bruins left and right. He's still on his feet. Finally taken down by number 34, Blake Titus.
Once again, Futa Shinkawa was in the quarterback's face, and he put him on his back. He is probably not going to be feeling too good tomorrow after the succession of hits, but he was able to get the ball away that time, and Darius Thompson did what he's been doing all night, which is evade tackles and shake off defenders and pick up positive yardage. But they're still looking at 4th down and at least
about 13 to go.
Yep.
Even though they just gained more than 10 yards on that one.
14 yards.
They're still in a deep hole. Let's see what happens. Maxwell's in the gun. He has one running back standing to his right. Whistles.
And there's no hesitation. They are going for it. It's do or die territory at this point. It's down three scores, or 3 possession game here.
We didn't get any signal. Here comes. Yeah, timeout by the Hornets. We'll take a timeout with them. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. High School, the Bruins leading this game 51-33 with 9:33 left to go in the game. Fourth down, 13 yards to go for the Hornets from the Bruins 13-yard line. What a fun game this has been. We've seen great offense and great defense on both sides of the ball
Lots
tonight.
of hard hitting. Lots of, good sportsmanship, if you will. I mean,
Sure.
there's, a few tense moments, but nothing
that's escalated too far.
Nope.
Tyler Maxwell, quarterback for the Hornets, in the shotgun. There's the snap, looking to pass, looking to his right side. There's the pass, intended for number 1, Zion Slade. It was broken up by Trent Sawyer. I think he's actually quite lucky. He never got a flag on that one because he kind of reached out, and I don't think maybe he pushed him necessarily, but he had touched his back.
His arms were around the receiver as the ball was coming, but
I think that ball was still a little bit too far out in front of the hands of Zion Slade, so it wasn't quite catchable.
No. At least that's what we'll say.
Sure. So the Bruins take possession of the ball as it turns over on downs. So the Bruins have it at their own 13-yard line. 1st and 10, 9:30 remaining in the game. Braden Bratcher still out there. He's in the shotgun. He has 3 to his right, 2 to his left. There's the snap. He's looking to the right side. It's complete to Henry. Henry is stopped just outside the 20-yard line by number 7, KJ Brewer. Let's see, is that enough? No, it's not. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 2 yards to go for the Bruins.
Well, and Henry, they've as Brooks predicted, they've definitely gone back to him in the second half and are feeding him the ball. And
there's Bratcher with the keep. He tried to run around the left side. No, I'm sorry, that was Merritt Jones.
Yeah, Bratcher had it. He faked the handoff, and then he pitched to Merritt Jones, who was coming on in the round.
That was slick.
Yep. And unfortunately, so was the ground because Merritt Jones went down before he could get much yardage there.
This is a turf field. Probably has quite a bit of dew, moisture on it right now. There's the snap to Bratcher. Handoff immediately to Jaden Kelly. He's around the right side of the field at the 30, at the 35, the 40, and he's grabbed around the ankle and forced out of bounds there at the 40 by Joseph Winfunk and Cedric Gable.
I believe that was Caleb Smith, the right tackle, who kind of closed off the end there and opened up a bunch of running room for him.
Have some of the Maumelle Hornet fans up here waving at us through the window. 1st and 10 for the Bruins from their own 39-yard line. There's the snap, this time directly to Woods. Woods runs it around the right side. He's met and stopped at about the 49-yard line. Helmet comes off of number 60, I believe that is, for the Hornets. That's Kalen Palmer.
Now,
yeah, he's going to come off the field. He was the one that made the tackle on that stop.
I'm not trying to insinuate anything, but I suspect that the Bruins might be trying to run down the clock a little bit because I think that might be the first time they've run 3 running plays in a row this game.
2nd and inches for the Bruins. Bratcher in the shotgun. 3 receivers right. Woods in motion. Handoff goes to Kelly. He goes up the right side. He's at the 40. At the 35, he's pushed out of bounds by number 26, Cedric Gable.
Well, and what was real interesting there was Zarius Woods was in motion. He came by, and then he just kind of took off and found a running lane. And then Kelly just followed him through the running lane. It was almost like he was a pathfinder for him.
So 1st down for the Bruins inside Hornets territory. There's the snap. Immediate handoff to Woods. He runs right up the middle, past the 30. He makes it to about the 28-yard line. Not enough to move the chains yet, but that'll be second down and about 1 yard to go for the Bruins. 7:43 and counting.
And I believe that is now 5 straight running plays for the Bruins.
There's the pass from Bratcher. Complete to the right side. That's
J.D. White.
J.D. White runs out of bounds just outside the 20.
We have another injured Hornet player, number 23.
I heard a lot of the crowd yell out when that happened. Of course, it grabbed my attention. I was looking for it.
Well, and Bratcher bobbled the ball on the snap, and he was lucky to pick it up and make the completion like he did.
So it looks like they're going to help him work out a cramp. Let's take a break with him. It's an injury timeout on the field is brought to you by Bowen Heffley Orthopedics. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Maumelle High School. Still have an injury on the field. They're trying to help a player work out a leg cramp. 7:22 remaining in the game. The Bruins leading this one 51-33. It was just pointed out to us. It's 10 o'clock. The Bruins don't play this late typically.
What?
You know, we're used to seeing those second halves go by in about, 45 minutes to an hour.
Yep.
So this is a late one for the Bruins. It's a good game.
Yep. While we're waiting for the player to get off the field, I want to go ahead and send out my condolences to the Alexander family in the passing of Mike Alexander Sr. He has a couple of grandchildren that go to PA, so our wishes to them.
Absolutely. There's Bratcher with the snap. He's going to hand it off to number 4, Merritt Jones. He runs it straight along the right side of the field. Touchdown, Bruins.
Yep. He just found him outside on the right side, a little wide receiver screen, had a couple of blockers, and they opened up a running lane for him, and he just looked like there was a last gasp effort by a couple of Hornets players, but I think at this point everyone's just tired. As you pointed out, it is 10 o'clock. It's a game with 90 points total between two teams. And there's still 7 minutes left in the game.
So you have Clay James out to kick the point after. 7:15 on the clock. Here comes the snap. Oh, no, no flag coming in for the little jump that the defense got. The kick was up. It's good. The Bruins leading this one 58-33. Let's keep it right here. What a game this has been. This is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. It is. And, I mean, at this point, the Hornets have a little frustration because, I mean, they were close. I mean, they were within 11 points. It was 44-33 at one point.
And they haven't given up.
They haven't, no, to their credit.
They're still in this game. This last scoring drive for the Bruins was an 8-play, 87-yard drive that resulted in a 22-yard pass. Is that a pass or is that a?
I mean, I think it was just beyond a lateral, so I think it was a
hard to say
forward.
where he was sitting. I wasn't sure whether that was a lateral or if that was a forward pass, but that was Braden Bratcher to Merritt Jones. It took 2:15 off the clock. We're at Bobby Tenner Stadium out here. It was built in 2011.
They do not have a sign out here. So when the school was built.
Yeah.
Yep. They do not have a sign identifying it, which is what we kind of used to seeing it right above the scoreboard.
Give you an idea of how new the visitor stands are. If you go out on Google Maps, or Google Street View and look at the school, they're not there.
So those were just put up?
At some point recently, yeah.
Wow.
Clay James out to kick off to the Hornets. He has the ball sitting on its stitches at the 40-yard line. Here comes the kick. There it is. Takes a nice bounce at the 50-yard line, but it is covered by the Hornets.
Josh, you mentioned Bobby Tyner Stadium here. He was a coach at Oak Grove for a long time and was an all-AIC quarterback at the University of Central Arkansas back in the day. An outstanding athlete from Marlton.
There's another player down. He's actually laying on his belly. Let's go ahead and take a break. Let's take a break. They're going to take a timeout on the field, so we'll take one with them. This injury timeout brought to you by Bowen Heffley Orthopedics. We'll be back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Hey, Zach.
Oh. It's not. He just.
Maumelle High School. That
What's the name of the stadium again? We just learned.
Bobby Tyner Stadium. You have number 7, KJ Brewer, was the one shaken up on that play. It was quite concerning, which is why we took a little longer of a timeout there. He was motionless on his belly for quite a while, but he walked off on his own, and now he's getting some medical attention on the sidelines. The Hornets have the ball. There's the snap. Handoff to number 10, Thompson. Ball is loose. Bruins have the ball.
I don't think they're going to give it to him, though.
Not going to give it to him.
But that was Shinkawa on the tackle. He was in the backfield before the running back could get very far. And it looks like number 10 is now hobbling. That's Darius Thompson. We've seen quite a bit of him tonight.
Yeah, they can't afford to lose that one.
They
did lose 1 yard on the play, even though they didn't lose the ball. 2nd down and 11 for the Hornets from their own 46-yard line.
Well, you can tell tonight conditioning has really played a major part in this ball game.
Oh, and the snap is wild. It gets covered up by quarterback Tyler Maxwell way back at about the 27-yard line. That's about a 15-yard loss for Maumelle.
Yeah, he was not expecting it. Brooks, did you distract him?
I guess I did.
You might have. 6:12 on the clock and counting. Bruins leading this game 58-33. Now the Hornets will have 3rd and a bus ride from their own 28-yard line.
Well, we have a bus on our team. Bus 54.
Chase McCarver.
Sir.
Here comes Maxwell in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. There's the snap. Looking to pass. He's getting pressured. Pass goes up in the air and out of bounds. He was pressured quickly by number 32, Fuda Shinkawa.
I mean, he has
and number
been
36. No, just Fuda.
Just Fuda. He's been in his face all night. I mean, there's some serious frustration by Tyler Maxwell there because he's been on his back at least 4 or 5 times, courtesy of Mr. Shinkawa.
So that'll bring up 4th down and over 20 yards to go.
Give him a little,
for the
little
Hornets.
math lesson.
They're still not going to punt.
I think they are. Number 19's out there. It's the first time we've seen Rondell Akins.
Could be. Yeah, it looks like they will.
No.
No?
Maybe. We'll see. We don't really know.
Normally their kicker is Keaton McGay. No, he will punt the ball. That's number 19, Akins. The ball will fall at about the 35, and it's kind of dribbling its way. And it'll finally stop at the 23-yard line, and that's where the Bruins will take it. 5:21 left in the game. Bruins leading 58-33. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Maumelle High School, Bruins leading 58-33 with 5:21 left in the game. Bratcher has the snap. Excuse me, that's Bruffett out there now. Hands off to Woods, runs around the right side of the field. He's stopped immediately, about a 1-yard loss on that play.
Well, it was an interesting choice for them to go ahead and punt, but you got to consider PA hasn't exactly been real reliable holding on to the ball this game. I mean, they are leading by 58-33, but they've had a couple of fumbles, and unfortunately they've taken place in their own territory. Not only that, but if they go 4 and out, you know, the Hornets have the ball at the 20-yard line here or somewhere thereabouts.
Alex Phillips and Carrico Harris with the stop. Here's the snap to Bruffett, looking to the right side. The pass is good to Henry. He makes his way to the 25-yard line, just maybe outside the 30. Let's see where they spot it. They'll spot the ball at about the 28. That'll give them 2nd down, about 5 yards to go.
Well, and he got out of bounds, so the clock is going to stop there. Or I say he got out. He was forced out of bounds, so the clock is going to start there.
Correction, that'll be 3rd down, about 5. 4:33 on the clock. Bruffett has twins on either side. One running back to his right. There's the snap. Looking to pass straight downfield. There's the pass. It's complete to Merritt Jones inside the 30. There's a flag that comes in.
That was an unfortunate block by Hudson Henry. He realized what he was doing at the last second, and he realized he shouldn't do it, but he blocked him in the back. So unfortunately, it's going to be marching the other direction. And instead of a 1st down, going to be looking at 3rd and I think probably about
3rd and about.
Is it?
Let's see. That would be about 10, really.
So 3rd and 14, because
Yeah.
it's going to be.
No, they'll place the ball right there at the 25.
So it is just a 5-yard.
Yeah, so that'll be about 8 yards to go, 3rd and 8. 4:24 and counting on the clock. Bruins leading 58-33. Isarius Woods in the running back position. 2 receivers on the right side, 2 receivers on the left side. Coach didn't like what he saw. He calls a timeout.
Well, and the clock was running down, so.
Probably a good call.
And he got the full 3 timeout allotment that they have in the half, so might as well use one while you can.
Sure. 4:01 left. Let's take a break with them. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Maumelle High School. Bruins leading this game 58-33 with 4:01 left in the game. The Bruins are still in their huddle after calling timeout. We have 3rd down, 12 to go here in the 4th quarter, waiting for the Bruins to come back out and finish this game. It's a late one. Not used to this one.
No, no. Well, and it just occurred to me that the block in the back, I guess the penalty is from where the block took place.
Sure.
So it's going to be a 10-yard. So it was a 10-yard penalty.
There's the snap to Bruffett. He's going to get sacked in the backfield. The ball comes loose, and it's recovered. Oh, wow. A lot of folks tried to get it. Number 61 of the Hornets first had his hands on it. That was...
They're still saying that it's
That was
Hornet
Chris
ball.
Jones. Did they? It looked
Yes.
like one of the Bruins actually recovered it afterwards, but he was on the ground.
Yeah. Well, no, they're indicating it's Hornet ball.
Yeah, that's a Hornets ball. Yeah, he was on the ground after he, covered it up, so it was a dead ball at that point.
Okay.
Whether it came loose after the fact, yeah.
But it was a 3rd down, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a turnover. So that'll be 1st and goal for the Hornets. So now Maxwell in the shotgun has 1 receiver far to the left side, 3 to his right. Handoff goes to number 10. That's his workhorse, Darius Thompson. Makes his way, he made his way across the line. Touchdown, Hornets.
Once again, there were about 3 or 4 guys that were attempting to tackle him and just couldn't force him back.
3:42 on the clock. Looks like they'll come over and try to punt this one this time.
Or kick it.
Or kick, excuse me, punt. Wow.
It's been a long
It is a long night.
night.
The last couple of days I've been downtown at Little Rock Tech Fest. We had a good time talking about all kinds of nerd and geek stuff, mostly to do with programming. And, of course, if you were out there, hope you had a good time. We had a good time putting it on. There's the snap, looking for the 2-point conversion. He's looking to pass down the right side, and it is intercepted. You can't return a 2-point conversion, so they'll just call that dead. No point in running it back. So the 2-point conversion is no good. 3:42 remaining in the game. Bruins still leading 58-39, but no one has given up on this one yet. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Bruins leading 58-39 against the Hornets. 3:42 remaining in the game. That was quite interesting. Of course, they wanted to. They intercepted the pass there with the 2-point conversion there at the end, and wanted to run it back, but you have to call it dead. Can't run it back on a 2-point conversion.
We're going to see an onside kick here.
Another onside kick from the Hornets. It's going to take a bounce right at the 50 and go out of bounds. Kind of looks like it hit number 32. Is that Fuda? Yep. I think it hit Fuda Shinkawa right there on the left shoulder and kind of bounced out of bounds. So that will be the Bruins' ball.
Well, that begs the question. I mean, is it not a smart strategy if the ball is coming at you and it's near the sidelines just to swat it and try to hit it out of bounds?
That's a good point.
Because it's going to be your ball.
Nice strategy.
That's not what he meant to do, mind
Sure.
you, but it was still, never thought about it, but.
You have the ball placed right on the 50-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Bruins. 3:42 on the clock. And now the signal to start it. Well, they'll start the play clock anyway, and they don't. So we'll just keep it with 25 on there. Now it starts. There we go.
And it's still a 3-possession game with the Bruins leading by 19 points.
Man in motion. Number 1 is Mason Cobb in the quarterback position. He kept it this time, just across the 50-yard line. It'll be about a 2-yard gain, bring up 2nd and 8.
We saw a bit of this last week with Cobb near the end of the game, just giving him some, letting him run from the shotgun position, do a little zone read, and just figure out where he needs to go and which blocker he needs to follow. I'm not surprised to see it again. It was effective then, and especially after the botched snaps by both quarterbacks, you might as well go ahead and give a third man a shot. Now it looks like it's going to be Woods getting that shot.
Woods with the snap and the carry. Runs to the left side. Gets hit a couple of times. He's still on his feet. A third time is what it took. He's inside the 40 in Hornets territory. 2:54 and counting. Nope, they'll stop the clock. First down, Bruins.
But I anticipate that clock continuing to tick down after they restart it. The referee's signaling to restart it. There
they go. So 1st and 10 from the Hornets' 36-yard line. Here comes Mason Cobb and Woods. Let's see who gets the snap. It'll be Cobb. Handoff to Woods. Straight up the middle. He gets wrapped up by number 32. That's Schwan Malone. It's the first time we've called his name tonight. That's a name you'll remember.
Well, and he's an interior lineman, so the Bruins have not run it up the gut quite a whole lot tonight. When they have, they've gone beyond that line. So
the yard marker shows 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Scoreboard says 1st and 10. I'm going to go with the yard marker.
And they're ticking down. Going to be under 2 minutes by the time they snap this ball at this rate.
8 seconds on the play clock. 6, 5. There's the snap to Cobb. Kolb. Handoff to Woods. Woods going to run around the right side of the field. He'll make it up to about the 30-yard line before he's forced out of bounds by number 22, T.J. Scarborough, and Brandon Allen. That's right, Brandon Allen out there playing for the Maumelle Hornets tonight.
And on defense, mind you.
On defense. He's, he wanted to get back in the game one way or another. Decided to go back to high school.
Not sure that's allowed, but it's a little frustrating to see the.
He's a smart feller. He finished high school in 2 years, so he called him up, said, "I've got 2 more years of eligibility left in high school ball. I don't want to do this." No, I'm not serious. Of course not. I'm never serious. 3rd down and about 4 yards to go for the Bruins. Here comes the snap to Cobb. Man in motion. Little play fake. He's going to keep it, run it up himself. He makes it across the 25 to about the 21-yard line. That will move the ball. 1st down, Bruins.
And you like to see the Bruins actually staying in bounds after that. They didn't do it the previous run. That time he did, and keep that clock going. I think this referee is ready to get home because he went ahead. That clock started ticking before the down markers were done moving.
1:22 and counting on the clock. Stick around post game. We'll have Coach Taylor come over here and talk.
Sure, that sounds awesome.
Co-defensive coordinators. Bruins leading this one with 1 minute remaining on the clock, 58-39. Looks like they're going to take some time off the clock before we get busy. Coming into the game is number 22 for the Bruins. That's Carter Bierbaum. First time we've seen him out there. Carter is in the running back position, sitting next to Mason Cobb, who's in the shotgun. Waiting for the snap. There's the snap. Hands off to Bierbaum. He runs to the left side, back to the center, runs right across the 15-yard line before being stopped at about the 12. That's about a 7-yard gain. That'll be 2nd down.
Looks like that might do with 20 seconds left in this game.
And that will be it. Bruins leave the field. They'll come back and shake hands as the clock ticks down. We're going to call this one a game. Bruins win this one tonight, 58-39. It has been one heck of a game. Stick around. We're going to take a very quick break. We'll be right back to talk with Coach Taylor and sum up the game for you. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer.
The Pulaski Academy Bruins are victorious over the Maumelle Hornets 58-39. We have a special guest in the booth right now, Coach Taylor, who's co-defensive coordinator of the Pulaski Academy Bruins. Coach, congratulations. Well, good to see your team hang in there. Did you expect to see as heavy of a run game as they ran at y'all tonight as you did?
Yeah, we did. We saw what they were doing against Parkview, and Maumelle's got a good-sized front with some really good backs and athletes. We've played these guys the last few years in junior high, and they've actually beat us a couple times. So we all knew going into this ball game tonight that it was going to be physical, and that they were going to try to run the ball and control the clock and take some timely shots downfield. So we were prepared for what they did.
Who were you most impressed with tonight? I mean, who stood out for you on the defense?
I think you got to go back to our corners because to stop their run, we had to, obviously load the box and play a lot of man coverage. And I thought Clay James did a good job. Trent Sawyer did a good job because the guys they're going up against are really, really fast and really, really good. Overall, some nights you just got to win it, and we obviously. Made some mistakes tonight, but also did some good things in order to win the ball game. So at the end of the day, we got to make corrections and get better.
And y'all have, I think it's BB next week. Is that right?
Yeah, it'll be a similar style of attack. A lot of just they're actually not only just in the dead tee, which that Cabot BB area they've always ran. They're running some pro I, and it's going to be a big challenge for us. Coming off of playing Little Rock Christian, which is a spread finesse team, now to this. So this should help us next week.
Well, Coach, I'm going to let you go. Before I do, though, I want to, first of all, like I said, congratulate you on the game. And impressive job on keeping the players well-conditioned. I mean, we saw how many times that the Hornets had players go down with cramps, and I don't think a single Bruin player did.
No, and one of the things that Coach Kelly has talked a lot about, and we as a staff talk a lot about, is we don't have an indoor facility, and I think the great thing about that for us is we practice in the heat of the day in the summer, we practice in the heat of the day, after school, and nothing against people that want to have those things, but we're really a blue collar football program. I know offensively we throw the ball, and some people don't think that goes together, but I think you've got to be out in the heat to get in shape, and to we also did a great job. Coach Kelly mandated the kids have water bottles today and to hydrate, and all that stuff matters in a tough ball game that we were expecting tonight. But at the end of the day, football's still a game of toughness, and that showed through tonight.
Well, once again, thanks, Coach, and congratulations. Good luck next week.
Yep, thank you.
Well, folks, we had a great game tonight, and thank you to Coach Taylor for coming in and spending some time with us. It's been a late night. But, again, what an incredible game this is. We look at the final score, and it does not really tell us what happened. This was a game that we expected a little bit something different. The Bruins came out expecting something a little bit different, and what we saw was some great football. And of course, the Bruins came and finally put everything together that we like to see. And what I thought was really interesting was how well the Hornets applied some of the things that the Bruins like to do week after week. And I wonder if we see them continue to do that through the year. I'm actually going to try and catch some of the film from them later in the year to see if they continue. They went for it on fourth down more times than any other team besides the Bruins that I've seen in high school football yet, at least this year. I've seen, they had, a couple, at least 2 or 3 onside kicks. One of them was successful.
Yes.
So you have to wonder, how much is that playing into their philosophy? How much are they using that through the year? And I wonder if they continue to apply that the rest of the year.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. One thing that do have to keep in mind with that is, going for it on fourth down. I mean, when you're playing the Bruins, if you get the ball, you're going to start with it in midfield. And every time they went for it on fourth down, they were in Bruin territory. And I think there were a few times they might have been, on their own 40-yard line, but it was still in the midfield zone. So that's going to kind of play a part in it. But at the same time, I think you're right. I think they just decide, you know what, it seems to be working for them. Let's give it a shot. Let's go out there and leave everything on the field. And you got to give a nod to them because they did an excellent job of staying in the game until the very end. I mean, it was an 19-point win. the scoreboard did not show just how close and back and forth that game was.
That's true. You know, Brooks.
The main observation that I have against during the game was the mistakes that the Bruins made, the penalties and the fumbles and the interceptions. You know, they had 28 points off of miscues by the Bruins. So really, you know, in essence, really, it was a close game, but it really wasn't that close,
right.
in my opinion.
Sure.
But like y'all mentioned, like Coach Taylor mentioned, the conditioning played a big part too. I think. I believe the Hornets got tired tonight, and you didn't see any of the Bruins going down with cramps or anything like that. So
right.
they're well conditioned.
Well, we've got some Bear Claws to give away. Our sponsor for the Bear Claws is nobody.
Nobody.
But you know, get a hold of us if you are interested in sponsoring. Tell us who get the Bear Claws tonight.
Well,
I get 2.
You get 2. That's right. You get.
It's just one.
Double.
Double or nothing.
No,
There
I
you
was
go.
supposed to get 2, but anyways. On offense, I'm going to give it a tie between J.D. White and Hudson Henry. I mean, they both did an excellent job of catching the balls when they were thrown to them, you know, getting in the end zone when they needed to, and just making the best of every time they touched the ball. On the defense, I guess I'm going to go with Grant Pino. I mean, no one really jumped out, but at the same time, no one, you know, did a bad job. No, you know, it was just an all-around effort by the defense by containing, especially in that third quarter when they had the 2 straight 4 and outs, 3 and I guess it was 4 and outs because they went for it on 4th down, as you pointed out. But yeah, Grant Pino had a great game, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it to him.
But you know, like you said, it was a team effort, and we called several names tonight. Not one that came out multiple times. You had Trent Sawyer, you had Chris Connell, you had Fuda Shinkawa, you had Chase McCarver. You had so many key players that actually put together a nice. And again, it's a team game. You don't have to have a star. And so to see them all come together and make something happen, it was great.
Well, and Trent Sawyer, I forgot about that huge interception he had now near the end zone. I mean, that was, I think that you know, the Hornets were threatening. I think they were only 11 points down, and I mean, he made that interception at the end zone and basically stopped them from getting a touchdown, stopped them from bringing it within 4 points, and you know, getting it to a single possession game. So a big kudos to him on that.
All right, folks, that's it from Maumelle High School tonight. Our final score, Pulaski Academy 58, Maumelle Hornets 39. Thanks for joining us. Good night, good luck, and 73.